Welcome back to Regina. It is day 6. Montana's Brier, the 6th time the Queen City has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday morning. You can see Mosaic Stadium, home to the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the distance. We're at the Brandt Center, and this is the time of the week where it gets interesting. Montana's Brier, and what a feature. Saskatchewan taking on the Northwest Territories. Good morning, Canada. What's up? Coming inside the building, as always, glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. Joanne Courtney, Kathy Gauthier. So many wonderful storylines so far this week, including the team from Northern Ontario and Trevor Bonneau. This guy has been a highlight reel, and he continues to get it done. And that included last night, Kathy. Great shots, touch shots, as he was able to take down Catlin Schneider.
Well, what is so impressive in his first Brier is the range of shots and the range of weights that he's been able to throw in this end. Needs a very soft weight, trying to spray 2 stones off the forefoot. That is good enough for 2.
Lovely touch as Northern Ontario trying to win its first Brier since Brad Jacobs back in 2013. Another win for Bonneau, and he's got great fan support in the crowd as well. All right, what a matchup here. Last year's silver medalist Dunstone taking on the champion from the bubble in Calgary, Brendan Bottcher.
Yeah, and huge game here. Brendan Bottcher looks really good out there, making this tick-bang double to seal the deal in the 10th end.
Tick-bang! It's sealed as they celebrate a win. Brendan Bottcher, of course, Ben Hebert in his hometown, excited for this Brier. So Bonneau, if you didn't know, he's hot right now. 7-4. Bottcher, 7-5 over Matt Dunstone. Carruthers, a win, 7-3, and a bounce back for Scott Howard, Ontario, an 8-3 win. It really is the part of the week where those 3 teams on each side will start to separate. Bonneau, unbelievable, 5-1. Bottcher, Carruthers, 4-1 records. If it finished right now, they'd be the teams in. Our focus on Pool B this morning, of course, the head-to-head matchups are so critical, and that's why we're watching McEwen this morning. All right, Joe, let's begin with Mike McEwen. It is the 3rd province he's represented as skip. And when he talked to the media yesterday, man, he's just in such a good headspace. He says he's surrounded by great guys and great teammates, allowing him to be genuine, Mike.
Yeah, we call him Magic Mike, but that genuine piece is something that's been really fun to watch for Mike. He can be a little up and down, a little emotional, but we watched him. He had a loss against Nova Scotia, came back the very next day, gives up 3 in the first end. You'd think that would be the time to spiral, but it wasn't. He has been so calm and so dialed in out there.
Fun to be the hometown team. In the meantime, 17th appearance for Jamie Cooey. Kathy, I chatted with him yesterday. He's in a great place on and off the ice. They feel relaxed, he's playing confident, and that makes him dangerous.
Well, it does, but the tandem with Glenn Kennedy is something that I've been really interested in watching. Glenn's second amongst all thirds. He is giving so much support to Jamie, giving Jamie confidence, and Jamie's making so many shots this week.
Jamie Cooey trying to make the playoffs for the first time since back in 2012. In the meantime, you know the story. Rick Folk, 1980, the last time Saskatchewan won a Brier. That is our feature. We are set. First rock from Regina, next.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Kathy, this is a really exciting part of the week, especially this Wednesday morning, as we'll have an eye on all the sheets of ice. Especially, though, you have to keep your eye on Team Canada taking on PEI Smith.
Well, for Tyler Smith, it's been a wonderful week. 96% he was in his last game, but Brad Gushue starting to look so very good. For Aaron Sluchinski and his team came in with 2 wins and have lost 3 in a row. Will try to right the ship against Quebec and Julien Tremblay. And Matt Manuel still keeping alive, beating 2 really big teams, Saskatchewan and Kevin Cooey, to get to even. He takes on Nunavut Latimer. And of course, our feature game should be a good one.
Both 4-1 records. It is time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. And we begin with Team Saskatchewan. Always fun to play in your home province. Skip Mike McEwen, third Colton Flash, at second Kevin Marsh, and the lead Daniel Marsh. Team Kevin Cooey out of the Northwest Territories. Your skip is Jamie Cooey at third, Glenn Kennedy second, Cole Parsons, and at lead Shadrach McLeod. The head-to-head matchup is so critical. If tiebreakers are needed, there's no games anymore. It's the head-to-head matchup that's the first tiebreaker. You see the draw to the button numbers, 60.9 centimeters for Saskatchewan, so they obviously claim the hammer. And the Yellow Stones belonging to Northwest Territories. Lead Stones coming from Shadrach McLeod as he's competing in his third Brier championship. And Joe had a really nice conversation yesterday with Jamie Cooey. I've never remembered him so relaxed, so calm. He says his entire team, they're having a great time, and their personal lives off the ice. Everyone's in a good mental place, and they are playing free, and they are playing dangerous right now.
And that's so important in a big championship week like that. If you can come in that right headspace, especially being able to lean into the moment, lean into the pressure, and that enjoyment piece is so key if you want to go the distance here.
Easy. Clean. Yep.
Third Brier for Daniel Marsh.
Yep. Good.
Last time we saw him in Lethbridge. The lead for Colton Flash, an 8-4 record that year.
Got. Just control. Yep. Hard. You still got it.
Right to it, Glenn. Right to it.
Hard. Keep it off
right
the
to
line.
it. Right to it.
Good.
You see these first ends, the open takeout, anything kind of inside the edge of the 8. Sometimes those curl up a little bit more. That pregame practice with draw for hammer being so important.
Same weight.
You don't see those inner lines get worked
Same
in
weight.
as much.
Yep. Ah, boy. That's tough. Got down.
So an up and down end to start. As play obviously into the house as we look at second stones from Cole Parsons, who has a Saskatchewan connection, born in Kindersley, Saskatchewan, now lives in Yellowknife.
Whoa. Your shot. Shot.
A little bit. Okay.
Throw.
Probably.
What's that?
Yeah.
Same as me, I think, eh?
And yes, I'm sure you figured out at home they are twins. This is Kevin Marsh, second stones.
Whoa, down.
Slight resemblance.
Clean. Yep.
In his third Brier appearance as well.
Very nice.
Let's begin, Joe, with the keys to the game, and we'll start with the Northwest Territories.
Yeah, for Team Jamie Cooey, they had the bye yesterday, so really hot start. They had so much momentum going. They need to rise and shine today and continue on with that streak. And the front end setup is so key against Saskatchewan. Colton and Mike in particular playing very well. Got to get their team in a decent position to start the ends. For Team Saskatchewan, we mentioned off the hop that Magic Mike is back. He is 91% on the week, #1 among skips. So keep doing what you're doing there if you're Mike McEwen. And play the scoreboard. They had a lopsided game against Team Alberta yesterday. Ended up staying on the offensive late. That could come back to bite them against a hot skip like Jamie Cooey.
Keys to the game, brought to you by Scotty's Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
Good enough.
I asked Jamie yesterday, is a full day off an advantage or a disadvantage? And he said, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But the one thing he said, you know, they've been playing great. When you have that momentum, it'd be nice to keep on the ice and keep playing. But they got a practice yesterday, and the one nice thing, and Joe, we spoke about this off camera before the game, 40 friends and family, an opportunity to have a dinner, to see the faces and the people that mean so much to you. It takes a village to compete at this level, and that's got to be nice to have those faces around at a week like this.
Yeah, and that's a huge piece to it. To look in the stands and see your family there, it provides you with that extra little bit of energy. They talk about how they're enjoying the moment. The family being here is a huge part of that. But today they played 2 games. You don't have a lot of time for that touch point, so using that day off to their advantage only has to help the mental game for them.
And you know better than anyone, Joe and Kathy, fronted players, long week, you're sweeping a ton. He said it was a chance to get some therapy and a little bit of rest, and whatever's ailing you at this point of the week, get that looked at. Lot of support. Northwest Territories, there you go. Thanks for watching. Glad you're with us here inside the Brand Center.
And I think the timing of their day off wasn't so bad. The day that you wouldn't want off would be the day that they first textured the stones, because then you come out and it would be completely different from the day before they had. But I still think that if every team had the chance to play even one every day, they would choose that over sitting off.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. It's soft a bit. I like wing over
Early
here.
apology from Glenn Kennedy. You saw the Marsh brothers. This is the brother to Mark Kennedy. A lot of brother connections. Of course, Jamie Cooey, Kevin Cooey. It is a family game in sport, and we're seeing it on display this week at the Brier.
That's got to be there. Yeah. Should be okay here.
This is an impressive young player, Colton Flash, now in his 7th Brier. He won a championship.
So really
Gold medal for Alberta with Kevin Cooey. 13-0 record back in 2019 in Brandon.
Oh, Flash, it's fun.
He skipped Saskatchewan in Lethbridge 2022, an 8-4 record. And just a wonderful player with a lot of talent.
That's fine. I let it go. I'm like, that's hack. Hey, as long as you don't throw a guard, it's fine.
Just a little mental lapse from Colton Flash.
Let's get to the pot there.
But if you're going to have that lapse, that's a good time to do it, I guess, Joe.
Yeah, don't love it, though, against Jamie Cooey. Being off all day, now you've given this great skip a free draw in the first end. But as you heard Colton say, just couldn't throw a guard there. Light of the house, all of a sudden, Cooey could come around, and then they're forced out of nowhere. So
I got T.
Doesn't look great on the scorecard, but that is the way to miss that shot.
Still T, Glenn.
And to your point, now it's a nice path of ice for Jamie Cooey. Out-turn draw.
Let's starting to curl.
Yeah, he came up a little shy in the pregame practice. He was only full 12 on his draw for hammer, so he'll be able to zero in now.
Go, Jamie.
It was Cole Parsons through the first stone, and he had a really nice one. It was top button.
I think you can still clean those. The guy's getting a little bit of... I'm getting a little fuzzy here.
And as he called himself in the media scrum yesterday, genuine Mike. He said the energy and the positive energy that surrounds him and these guys, he's got so much respect for this team and these teammates. He talked about body language of the team, whether it's a good game or a bad game, and he admitted if anyone's going to dwell on, a tough game or shots, it's me. However, he's looked very calm and comfortable in those green colors this week, Joe.
Yeah, we talk about how infectious people can be on teams. Curling is such a special game. There's only 4 people out there, so if the 3 guys in front of you don't go to the bad place, you're less likely to go there on your own because you don't want to disappoint your team.
What was your role when you played, Joe? Were you that positive voice? Were you a quieter player? How did you like to portray things?
Yeah, I always tried to be the positive person, the energy, and everyone's going to have different roles and kind of where their personalities lie, but I always like to be that Energizer bunny.
Kathy, your thoughts on that?
For sure. I think that was, and it's often a front-end player. And in my case, that was absolutely the role, was to try to be for everybody. But sometimes that can get very exhausting, especially if you're struggling. And sometimes it can make you struggle because you're trying to prop everybody up. So if you have a team that's all committed to providing something for each other, it takes that pressure off one person.
Yep. Down hard. Whoa.
And in broadcasting, Kathy, if you buy the wine for the team, that's a great role as well.
So get on it. Fred,
well, it's a little early. I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Blake on the board, our feature at the Montana's Brier. Wednesday morning at the Montana's Brier here in Regina. A blank on the board. It is Team Saskatchewan. Mike McEwen with hammer, throwing the Red Stones. 17th appearance for Jamie Cooey. 1-7 record last year in London, and what a start. Both these teams come in 4-1. We've talked about the lack of tiebreakers this year. No tiebreakers in this format, so with both these teams 4-1, that head-to-head matchup is so critical, Joe. And another thing we're keeping an eye on is the last rock draw at the end of every game, and that is the second tiebreaker after head-to-head. So does anything stand out to you when it comes to those numbers so far?
Yeah, taking a look at the standings here, Brian, Jamie Cooey's team is in dead last. So this game means a lot. If you end up in that three-way tie and you have to rely on last on draw, they will not come out of that looking very good.
Whoa, 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 whoa! No! Solid. Clean, though, I think. Good. Whoa! Hair hot! Never. No. Hard, Kev. Might be able to move it. Hair hot. Oh, yeah, this is bored. That's just good. Okay, bud. Okay.
Tough one for Daniel.
So we thought we needed. Yeah, it's okay.
Give me 2 feet less.
Kathy, this a critical matchup. Joe just talked about the head-to-head. Smith 4-1, Gushue 4-2.
Well, it did not start well for Tyler Smith. Was trying to play an up-weight double on his first, had flashed everything. Gushue drew in, and then he tried a double on his second, just got one, and so paint is what Brad Gushue is searching for 3 points.
The 5-time Brier champ. Randy Furby's won 6, of course. No Skip has ever won 6. Brad has 5, so what an incredible run. This Team Canada team trying to keep it rolling.
Good end, boys.
And that's a good start. 3 on the board against PEI, trying to bring Tyler Smith back and stay at 2 losses.
Intern low. 7/8 low. Intern.
Intern across.
Cross. Yeah, just a hair across.
So it's Kevin Marsh now trying to bail out his brother and clean up some of this yellow granite up front.
You just see pushed it out. Okay.
Sit. No, we don't. We want it flush.
It might have just stayed in play. Just. That's the corner guard.
Yeah, I can't use that for much.
It looks like
It's tight. Hair tight. Hair tight. Where are you? 1.5. Pretty high. Hard. Help him. Help him. Line's good. 1. Hard.
A 1 is right at the top, Joe.
Yeah, got into a tight line early here, so you won't expect that to drag as far. They did well to get that over, though.
Good brush.
pretty gentle.
He kind of killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it at the end.
A blank, Slichinsky, and Quebec on sheet A. We just showed you the update for Team Canada leading. And also blank, Nunavut, Nova Scotia.
Pretty good speed here.
Yes.
Is that enough ice?
Yes.
Yes, it's enough ice.
It's a high guard.
Yeah.
Lots of space past this guard to curl. So Kevin's going to chase this.
Whoa, whoa,
Try to roll behind his corner.
Whoa. Pretty good. Good. Good hack. Good hack. Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yes.
Yes. Hard.
Hard.
Come on, flash.
Hard. Roll it. Roll it over.
I got it.
Make sure. Let's go.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, 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 go.
Shot cap.
And that was good alertness there. Mike was ready to go on that stone, and you saw Marsh brushing it over. And nice to see that alertness this morning.
Good. Learn from the first one.
It's a weight-sensitive spot. We saw Dan flash. He was just a little bit heavy, so didn't catch that curl.
Normal. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Normal. Normal. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Whoa. Cool. Cool. Hard. Cool. Hard.
Hard. Hard.
Hard shot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everything. Hard.
Glenn Kennedy, the nice roll up top. And I was messaging Mark Kennedy earlier, so excited for his brother. Look at the stats. First, second when it comes to both these players. Mark's saying, it's so nice to see my brother having this moment, playing well. They're great curlers. They're playing like a great team. They're going to be dangerous as they're playing with no fear and lots of confidence. But he added, he actually texted me these numbers, and then he said, let's not forget where the family pecking order falls, though. With a smiling face that I asked Glenn this morning about it. He laughed and he said, you know what? If at any Brier I'm near my brother in the stats, that means I'm doing something right. So obviously there's the brotherly love and camaraderie and a little ribbing there too. But, you know, they both cheer each other on. And Glenn's pretty happy to have the numbers he's got.
The impressive thing, you notice the +4 for both of them. When you out-curl your opposition by 5% or more, you get a plus for the game. So in 4 out of 5 of the games, Glenn has out-curled his counterpart. That's really impressive.
That's not awful. I like that. And if it's light, we'll just let them know.
It's kind of one or the other. It's kind of one or the other because it's going to curl.
Yeah, I suppose, hey?
Glenn made such a nice roll in his first. Mike McEwen's team was trying to rearrange and get their rock in for second shot. It pushed the yellow back, but it's third shot right now, so the chase is hard here.
Little light, Jamie. Go then.
Just going to protect what they have in the rings.
I think it's just 5. Hard line. Line's tight. Line good. Where are we? Line's tight.
Top 8.
Hard.
Top 4. Top 4.
Hard. Hard line. There's no way we're getting by. Curl.
Good week.
They were trying to come around that rock that was top 8. Just over-curled.
Oh, yeah, it's a hair tight, but...
Yeah.
Now Mike's looking at the
I
angles.
think
The
you
double's
try
there,
to-
but does it jam?
Yeah, I mean, if it jams, it jams. Just slice it jams, it jams, but
Yeah, it would be in a good spot.
it's just a shade this way. Yeah. Heel? Yeah, just smooth.
Crashing on the top red, push them in for third shots. This double is made. If it doesn't jam, Saskatchewan sitting 2.
Yep.
Colton talked about the excitement and having nerves opening night, home province, born in Bigger, Saskatchewan, lives in Saskatoon.
Hi, whoa. Catch it.
Wanting to make big shots just like that and get this crowd into it.
I'd buy flash, ready to go.
And it is a strong morning crowd here. A lot of Saskatchewan support on this Wednesday.
Really well managed.
Good call, Mike.
He didn't whip it either. Threw it hard enough to make the shot.
Boy. Lined up nice.
From the same hometown as the great Sandra Schmerler. Bigger, Saskatchewan, Colton Flash.
I don't think it really matters.
No double available on these reds, so Jamie will just try to hit and roll. I believe he'll go to the middle.
Good board. Board up. Whoa, then. Clean. Clean's great. Whoa. Clean. Close. Pull. Check. Pull. Go cool. Cool. Hard roll.
Cole Parsons on the brush. And it'll hang out. Top 4. Pretty good stone from Jamie.
And they're hoping to roll just a little bit more, but if this roll it doesn't go all the way behind the corner, he'll have another opportunity on his next.
Back.
Board.
Back. Oh, I was thinking board. Just to roll, right?
Yeah.
It's the same spot we've been throwing all in, right?
I don't know if it's too much ice for board. It's probably close.
Seems like
I think that's good.
Should be good.
Wouldn't take any more. I think that's
The other way.
The first player to ever skip 3 different provinces at the Brier. Mike McEwen, a bronze medal.
Yep.
Back in St. John's, 2017.
Close.
The year Brad Gushue won his first.
Hard. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Little roll behind the corner. And stops for second shot. Stone, nice execution.
I nail that weight.
Heard Colton say in the hat, get the weight right, and that's so key in this spot. Throwing it hard enough to get that big roll. Nice touch early here from Mike McEwen.
play the unknown side.
Fair.
It's fully undercover on the right-hand side of the screen, so Jamie Cooley is going to have to play the chase. It's a really high guard, so it's not in play for this shot. It is in the view of the thrower. But if you were to rack on that guard, you'd well overcurl the rock in the rings.
And I think Joe knows hit your shot, Stone.
Yeah. Only thing is we haven't seen this spot yet, so a bit of a guess on how it will run.
Final Stone in 2. Jamie Cooley.
Hard!
Here comes that yellow center line guard. Got to get it by that guard, and he will. What a scrub by Parsons. The hit and shot Stone. That is clutch Cooey early for the Northwest Territories.
Beauty.
He just squeaked the guard.
Nice throw. Tons of room there, bud. Same way he did this through, or? Yeah.
He did really well to keep this straight. I thought they might come out the other side with that little space past the guard.
It won't be as fast here.
And just perfect weight. That just barely kills the red.
Not quite as fast, though.
You've told me this before, Joe. What's more rewarding? Making a great shot or sweeping and saving a great shot? And you say that is better.
Feels great, especially as the front end. You can play well and your team may or may not win, but those sweeps make a huge difference on the scoreboard. That crashes, it's 3.
Oh, I was even, he was kind of flirting with that guard the whole way. Oh, yeah.
Shots there for 2, though.
Final Stone in 2.
Yep.
So nice curling so far here in our feature in Regina.
Low heavy. Whoa. Low heavy. Whoa. Curl.
Flash trying to curl it over.
Come on, buddy.
Curl it up. Hold the shooter.
Hard on yellow.
Have to hold the shooter. Has to stick around.
Sit.
And will it spin back in for him? It will not. That close, but just a single for Mike McEwen and Team Saskatchewan. Flash couldn't carve it over enough. 1-0 in our feature. Lead Stones underway here in this third end. A blank in 1. Really nice shot by Jamie Cooey. And then Mike McEwen tried to follow him down. Couldn't quite save the shooter, so 1 on the board. Here in 3, it is the Northwest Territories with Hammer throwing the Yellow Rocks.
Yeah, the difference there, just a little bit more weight on Mike McEwen's chase. Just rolled too far.
Similar weight. Yep.
Shadrach McLeod, born in London, Ontario, now lives in Yellowknife.
Hard, Cole, hard. Get that out. I feel that good.
Kathy Shide, Alberta, Quebec.
Well, you see the space between those 2 red stones. That is where Julien Tremblay went. He was trying to play the double, went through the uprights, and so this now is a draw for 3 for Aaron Sluchinski.
I think I'm a little light.
In his first Brier, Sluchinski out of the Airdrie Curling Club, just north of Calgary.
Yeah.
Both teams can't afford dropping to loss number 4. A little bit of backing, and he will use it. There you go. 3 on the board for Team Alberta.
Oh, you're all good. Hey, bud, just here, take your time.
Should probably come up an inch.
Whoa! Chad, girl. Chad. Girl. Whoa! Straight! Glenn, straight!
Cole Parsons got 1, got shot. 2. Nice shot.
These are so hard. You're running back the opposition stone, so not only do you need to connect in the rings, you also want to spill the run back rock.
Line's good.
I got less, so.
You getting broom?
Just keep a broom down.
Now they left their own rock out front, so if this come around is made, you try to run back and stick.
Come on, boys.
You can carry this.
Kathy, back to you. It is Tyler Smith, PEI, taking on the reigning champ, Brad Gushue.
Well, we've talked about how good this
Okay,
PEI
whoa.
team is.
Okay.
Tyler coming off a 96% game, but has struggled this morning. There were some good shots made this end, but Gushue and his team running back stones, making very precise hits. There are 2 biters that belong to Team Canada, so for Tyler, needs a half a stone in the house.
Yep, just go.
Brad Gushue
Just
trying
go,
to become
Chris.
the second
Just
team
go.
in Brier history to
Keep
win
it going.
3
Keep it going.
straight.
Keep it
Remember,
going,
Randy
Chris.
Furby
Keep
won
going, Chris.
3 in a
Keep
row
going,
back
Chris.
in
Keep going, Chris.
2001.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Mark Dacey
Keep going,
interrupted
keep
that
going,
with that
keep going,
upset
keep
win in
going.
Saskatoon.
Ouch.
And that's not enough, Kathy. So that is a steal of 2 and a 5-0 lead for Gushue Team Canada.
That is going to be very hard to come back from.
But if there's any good news there, there's a lot of curling left, just 2 ends in. Remember the Scotties, Kathy, so many big-time comebacks with the rule changes, no tick, rocks in play, you never know.
Yeah.
Easy.
Can't give him.
Curl.
Easy.
Curl. You don't have time.
I gotta go.
Curl.
Top eight.
Curl. Curl.
Now.
Clean.
Line's good.
Yep. You're gonna go for depth. You gotta go for depth. Okay, good. Good sweep.
And
Yeah.
Shea
Right
Latimer
here.
with hammer,
Right here.
another blank.
Here.
So back-to-back
I like control.
blanks, none of it hammer. As we wait our
kick
first
there.
points over on sheet C.
Yours curled pretty deep. Yours was pretty consistent, eh, Cole?
Yeah, mine came up though, like we kind of thought.
Whoa. Whoa. Normal.
Close.
Cole.
Cole.
Hard, Cole.
Hard.
Hard.
A little more. Hard.
Whoa. Chad.
Glenn Kennedy
Good shot.
sticks it. Nice shot.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were trying to boot it under the corner guard.
You know, I
Oh,
asked
good.
about
Good
the
throw.
relationship Jamie has with Glenn. He said getting him was so huge. He was a great athlete, great curler. Played him a lot in Alberta growing up. He really helps with the strategy and fits in well on this team. Colton Flash trying to answer. 1, 2. Oh, they're trading nice ones here on this Wednesday morning.
Good throw, bud.
Top off. Oh boy. Top 8.
You gotta love good curling, and
I
we're
think-
seeing it here early.
Similar to what you threw on your.
Just crossing that kind of.
Is it going to get there on this side?
Need 2 more feet than that then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with
I think
that.
that's minimum, but
Okay, good.
it's an inch more, Jimmy? Inch more?
Like it's gonna run.
There's a great story on how these two connected and actually came together. Remember the Olympics back in 2018? Well, obviously,
close.
Glenn was there cheering on his brother Mark. Jamie was there cheering on his brother as well, and Kevin Cooey. Ben Hebert's brother was there, so they called themselves Team Bro over there. They got the T-shirts, they hung out, they had a great time there for 2 weeks, and that's the first time the conversation came up, hey, maybe, you know, Jamie, Glenn, maybe we could curl together. And the rest is history. They formed that bond, and they're a nice little tandem now competing for Northwest Territories.
It's so interesting, the timing in life. I spoke with Susie, Glenn's wife, a few years ago, and she said that he was pretty much ready to hang it up,
Let
but
him play
you
it.
create that bond, and all of a sudden, here we are, 4-1 at the Brier.
Well, Jamie himself admitted he was ready to quit as well, and it was Cole and Shadrach that approached him about, hey, do you want to maybe coach us or mentor us? Can you help us out? And he said it was their fire, the front end, that made Jamie want to come back and compete, and here they are, a 4-1 start here in Regina.
Obviously, it was just light.
Yeah, I got 15-4.
A little missed opportunity for Glenn. They were trying to come
I
around
think maybe half
the corner
open.
guards on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Barry, that's fine, but
Yeah, then he's playing this, so.
yeah, that's okay though.
Kathy, from the time they've textured the rocks to now,
I
the
think I
curl,
was
where the broom
throwing
goes, the speed, have you noticed anything?
It's definitely calmed down. That first morning, Brian, that we did after they had textured it, teams couldn't take enough ice, and we saw a lot of misses as people were trying to figure out what kind of release to throw and what it would do. Now I feel like it's settled down. You get a lot of curl, but you don't get that uncontrollable curl. but it has to start there if they're going to keep curl for the weekend, and that was Greg's goal all along.
How much is it release sensitive? Whether it's, you look at Mike's release here, that crisp little pop, how much are you noticing?
Well, it's interesting because Mark Kennedy said last night that they have perfected a number of different releases based on what the ice conditions give. And they started with one that was a little bit softer because it was straighter. Now, if you don't have a really crisp release, it's going to get going out of your hand, and the weight comes off because it travels further. So a pop is important, but so is weight.
And you see there a tough one for Mike.
Yeah, Glenn threw.
Either way you can go around me, I guess, right? But
Broom was just outside the 4-foot trying to cross the center line. So that would have been in a newer line, probably the slower spot on the sheet. But Mike went out wider, and it was fully up to speed there. He just got caught in the paths.
So a nice opportunity now. Northwest Territories here in 3 with Hammer.
the more you go here, it's going to run longer.
Okay. Skip by 2 feet.
You need it for line 15.
What do you guys think for speed? Or I thought Glenn threw good speed. He just softened
I thought
it.
he did too.
Yeah, he just
I
softened
saw
it.
the same thing.
Yeah, it just curled right away.
I got 13-2 on Mike, so I think you got to be 14 and a quarter.
14-2. Okay, so it's good.
Yeah.
Update time, Kathy, as Shane Latimer settles into the hack out of the Iqaluit Curling Club in Nunavut.
Well, he was lying to, and on Matt Manuel's final stone, he played the hit and roll underneath. That is the shot stone, but the guard is relatively high. So for Shane, looking to throw some quiet weight, get past the guard, and tap that stone back for 2.
Meantime, in our feature, Jamie Cooey, you heard them talk about numbers and what Mike threw. The intern draw on the way. Update sheet, the hit, where's that shooter go? Spinning, and it will hang on. So a score on the board. It's 2-0. Nunavut after 3. Wow, our feature, Kath, just that path of ice right now.
Yeah.
It's funny, just the paths, but you'd think that people would be walking beside it and trying to get a feel and sharing information, especially after the last one. But you heard Jamie say that he thought that Glenn softed it, and maybe just with that little of extra pop. Very surprising back-to-back results.
Yeah, they shared all the info in the hack with Jamie. Mike's time to 13, and it was through the rings. They said, okay, kind of that low 14. Every second is usually about 6 feet. I had a 15-6 on that, so it might have just been a straight underthrow.
I like it. I like that one. Line's good. Could be on the light side. Let this work, though. I'm out there. Good. I'm out there.
Love to get fully buried here and force the issue.
Somebody hit it. I'll bury it, I guess, right? Get as deep as you can. Come on.
Somebody hit it. That somebody's Daniel Marsh.
All the way back, Dan. All the way. All the way. Don't stop, Dan. All the way back. Keep going.
Trying to get this behind some cover.
Dan. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Good.
Now it is buried, but Kathy, can you get back there and blank?
I overset it a tiny bit.
You know what?
No.
It's not worth it, just because if it runs straight and you tick and you give up one, I think it's important to score.
I said it.
You can get to the face of it for sure, Muddy. It's just you can't roll out.
Go a bit more there, Glenn. Glenn. Does the same way get there in this path or no?
This is good stuff for sure.
So you think it gets there?
You can give me 2 more feet still.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Judging by his in this path, they went pretty good, right?
He said beating Team Canada put his team on a massive high, and it's not his first rodeo, 17th appearance. Jamie talks about managing moments and not getting too high, not getting too low, having that experience and making sure that filters down to his teammates. He needs a big draw here. Final stone in 3.
Okay, you're fine, you're fine.
Can't hurt, can't hurt. Can't hurt.
Weight looks great. And it is to the Montana's button for Jamie Cooey.
Oh, I thought I'd give you pretty similar.
Yeah, it was the same.
In a 1-1 tie in our feature here at the Brent Center. Look at Mike McEwen representing Saskatchewan. Off to a great start. 4-1 record. Same with this man right there, Jamie Cooey, 4-1. Both with their eyes on trying to qualify. And how about this for Saskatchewan royalty? That's Ernie Richardson in the middle, who won 4 championships in 5 years. You see Pat Simmons, the alternate, Brett Lang on the left, the coach, and this team, and that is special stuff. This province has produced some outstanding curlers. They love this game. They are passionate about it. 1955, the Brier hosted by Regina. We talked about it many times. Rick Folk, the last guy, 1980. But the Ernie Richardson family, Kathy, just unbelievable legacy that they provided the game. And what a wonderful photo and memory.
It's such a spectacular history. This sport, this event is so historic, and when you talk to the curlers, it is not just a Canadian championship. It is steeped in history, and Ernie is such a part of that. And I love how incredibly good he looks for 92 years old.
And the stories, Kathy, back in the old days, you jump on the train and pick up a teammate and get to these championships. I mean, the stories that you could hear from Mr. Richardson, very cool. Okay, Kathy, back to you, Sheet A update.
Well, a great opportunity for Julien Tremblay because of his first shot. Aaron Sluchinski was trying to guard, but did not guard the side of the stone that created a chance for a double, and Julien made that double. Aaron hit and stuck on the open stone, and if Julien can do that back, he gets a deuce back.
And a little bit of confidence, much needed here in this game, if it can stick around, and it will. So nice throw. It's 3-2 Alberta as Sluchinski with Hammer leading now after 3.
Right? Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, Kevin Marsh, and he'll drive it by.
Okay, bud.
Kevin played in the Canadian Mixed Curling Championship back in 2016 in Toronto, won a silver medal that year with Bruce Corte.
Yeah. T-line.
Can I throw draw to the button now, dude?
I gotta throw relative.
And right back to you, Kathy. A lot of rocks in play. Smith Gushu, third end.
Well, and he has had some tough shots. Tyler Smith tried to angle slash a stone into the forefoot on the first one, got nothing. Brad Gushu guarded, and so now this is the double run back. Nothing's easy this morning.
Trying to fight an uphill battle here. Tyler Smith, drive it back. Oh, he gets the 2 yellows, and he will get his single.
Got a little help from another rock, but he'll take it.
Picks up the 1. Nice effort there, 5-1 Gushu.
Get off it. Shoot. Okay, try. Firm. Firm weight, same weight. So shade low. Nose is good too, but a little roll in. Firm weight. Firm weight.
Kevin on his first just missed the rock that was top 8. Left his shooter there, so we'll try to plant this on the side yellow.
Whoa.
Roll the shooter to a corner.
Yep. Hard! Hard, boys! Whoa! Yep! Hard!
Shot.
Roll that. Shot, Cap.
That's good, nice.
Yeah, really nice accuracy there. Didn't whip it because they wanted to keep the shooter around. They would have liked to have rolled a little more off the center line.
Roll right there. Control!
Okay. Oh, what's this going to do?
Control. I think this will curl, Glenn.
I think so too.
Control! Oh. Weight's good. Clean. Whoa.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean. Hard.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Curl. Yep. Whoa. Shed. Straight.
Whoa. Good shot.
Glenn Kennedy, little hit, little roll behind cover.
Ah, shoot. Almost needed you on that, Judge, for yours.
Try to.
What about the run? Or you run this straight back.
Lots of late
Or
finish
you run
there.
this a hair high and make the double. You might get all 3. You won't get all 3. Yeah. I do like it, though.
Hit it right, you get them all moving.
Yeah.
Smooth? Yeah.
Let's go make it, bud.
You could go after either one of the yellows that are in the top of the 8-foot, but the best result, the run double here. Shooter will roll off.
Oh. Whoa!
Open up the 4-foot.
Yeah! Yes! Whoa! Whoa!
Colton Flash run it back,
Oh,
and
good
he
shot.
just drives it
good.
by.
That works. That works, Flash. Shot. That's good.
You always want more, Joe, don't you?
Yeah, and Colton's so good at those run backs. He has very high expectations of himself.
The under-21 champion. Back in 2011, winning a gold medal in Calgary.
You can guard it. I think it's bump it or guard it.
I like a guard.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, eh?
Bottom of the Montana's logo, hey?
But since we're two,
Yeah.
like he's got to deal with it, right?
I like this call. He talked about
Split the logo.
bumping it. This is, I mean, the shooter ended up in a nice spot for Saskatchewan. They can play a short raise and spread their rocks out. But if they play that bump, it kind of works to Saskatchewan's advantage. If they guard this, Saskatchewan still has to deal with the rocks in the rings. Northwest Territories is already sitting the 2.
Hard line.
Just have to get the line right here.
Just call.
Just want
Just call.
to touch the center line.
Go, boys. Go.
Just call for straight.
Again, this is a big dig to get it over, and they will.
That's sweet. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. That's fine.
I didn't think I was that light.
Those are so tough because they're either good or disaster because you don't get it over the line.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
think
want
I threw
that.
it that light.
They didn't want it too tight
gonna be a huge
to leave the
number,
run
but-
back, but that's a little bit higher than they were looking for.
We're trying to get to... You like that? Yep. Kind of weight everything.
I mean, that high up, Joe, is it even really a guard, right? I mean,
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
saw
bottom,
this line in the first end when they played those chases. Have to throw this pretty hard, though. Moving 2 rocks. They'd love to kill this yellow.
Just tack. Yep.
Just going to have to squeak the guard here.
Whoa.
right now it is Northwest Territories line 2.
Yes! Yes! Whoa! Yes! Whoa! Go!
And now, do they have enough pace to move that yellow far enough?
Hard Mike!
And that's what you talked about, Joe, having enough speed.
Shot. Shoot. Good try, bud.
I think that's the best they could have done, though, Brian. They didn't have a lot of space by the guard, and you throw that any harder, it wouldn't have curled as much.
Who's worse shots or?
I think we're one for sure.
Yeah, it looks like that maybe.
Definitely goes over top.
Well, where's he go if I throw a peel through there, and even if I roll out, where's he draw to?
Yeah, good question. He probably plays the wide into here. You can't get to it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Probably plays that in turn.
tough.
I think nose is the shot, bud.
Peel?
Yeah.
Or you think
fine
it's just
with
a
that.
normal? Probably just a good normal.
Normal's good.
Just a normal,
Yeah.
eh?
Roll under's okay. Let's go, bud.
It's a normal, I
He's
think.
made some nice shots all week. The key shot brought to you by BKT
Good hack.
Tires, growing together.
A delicate little shot here for Jamie in that second, and you rack on the guard, it's a 3. Squeak just by, get well to the nose, perfect weight, just enough to kill it. Results in the force there. Early game precision from Jamie Cooey, not showing any signs of that day off affecting their momentum.
And kudos to Cole Parsons, the brush, to make sure it got by.
Tricky little port to navigate here. Want the nose, don't want to jam on the back of the rings.
A little more.
And that wick, and another wick, and right through. Couldn't save that one. Couldn't carve it over.
Top double?
I don't know. You didn't want to play it. You lay 3 with that shot. It's pretty good.
Just not able to get this to walk over for them. Barely even touched that guard. It moved over only a few inches.
It's feather. Good try.
Yeah, if it gets by, it might be jamming it anyway. But still, I guess you roll behind the guy.
That's his out then, right? And I even by playing that, I might
Set up,
I
you can set up a
handcuff.
double. You still got a piece of this one too, right? So
Well, he's got this double now, right?
We gotta bump this, don't we?
He has this double now.
Yeah, that's why I think we have to bump it.
That was our guy, yeah.
I've just.
We hit it air high into that one's fine too.
Can we can't split it at all? No. The straight bump is better?
Yeah.
Yeah, splitting doesn't help me. I don't know.
Like super thin? But
no.
Just tap it straight back to the tee line.
Kathy, the updates continue. Matthew Manuel out of the Halifax Curling Club in Nova Scotia taking on Team Nunavut.
Well, Matt made a really soft weight, nice hit and roll underneath to lie 2 on his first. And Shane Latimer hit the open stone, but his stone is now open. Chance for 2 and the tie.
Jeff!
Luke Saunders, you hear his voice, the son of the great Colleen Jones. In the host calling line, nose hit, 2 on the board, and a 2-2 tie on sheet C.
I don't think so.
The side's still swooping, isn't it? Like,
you're probably throwing back 8 weight, right?
Well,
so Joe, they talked about the little bump, the raise, and now what? Looks like they're the straight
that's
draw
not much more than
round.
draw the button, right?
They're gonna tap this rock.
Still the tap?
Yeah, the double's available for Jamie
So do you think
Cooey.
same as your last intern that we swept back 8?
Yeah, the one you were back here is gonna be the
That
same.
should be close for speed here, Mike.
So looking to just right on the nose, tap it up to the top 4 area.
A little heavy.
Never forget that run that Mike had, Canadian Curling Trials, Saskatoon, 2021.
Back 8. Back 8. Line's good.
And then
Heavy. Whoa.
it was 2017,
Whoa.
Ottawa.
Back 8.
Lost to Kevin Cooey, silver medal. Some of the best curling we've ever seen Mike play. Unbelievable final and finish. The shots, Joe, you're shaking your head at me. It was a wonderful game, and it could have went either way.
It was, and something I remember about Mike that week, they played Brad Gushu in the semifinal, and he was so light. He was intense, but light and calm, and in that pressure moment, it was almost like it was unsettling for Brad, and they weren't the favorite to win that semi. Got themselves the final loss on last rock. That demeanor, I'm seeing it again this week.
Still got the hole, too. Yeah. Is that a real thin, real thin? That's real thin. I'll flirt with flashing it. Kind of like the freeze.
Okay.
Where's A? A is dead frozen here, eh?
Yeah, I think just right to 7/8. 3/4 is okay.
Other shot is maybe this. Real tough.
Oh, with the intern, yeah. It's hard not to overcurl.
Looks really tough. Yeah. I like this. There?
Really well thought out by Jamie and Glenn. Love to remove a red rock here, but there's no easy hit. Really, really skinny double on the red rock, top of the 8 on the right-hand side of the screen.
What's that?
Welded on, or?
Yeah. We need a pretty good angle here because he's got that runner.
Yeah, you'd like to cross it in millimeter, hey?
Dead nose. Okay.
I'm going to be
What do you think of this
glued
pass?
on this rock. Anything
Similar to the
light,
one last
Mike will
time, or
have the right-hand red
close,
top
eh?
12 to angle in.
Well, we saw more hits down here, though.
Right up the middle?
Like a rock off in a line. Like, I don't think it's as fast as draw the button.
I think it'll be similar to last time.
Yeah.
Up the middle.
Okay, I think it's slowing down TSN in.
All right, lads.
I got minimum, Chad.
In a 1-1 tie, final stone here for Jamie Cooey without hammer in 4.
Just 6, 5, 6, 6. Pull, gotta go. What?
They got to get it off that red guard up front, so Cole Parsons goes to work, curling. So it's by the red.
Gotta go. Whoa.
Needs to curl and
Keep
stop.
curling it.
Sorry.
Really
Kept curling
close.
it the whole way, I think.
Sorry, you and Glenn, we're not saying the same thing.
Just a slight mismanage there. Once the sweepers knew it was going to be heavy, they could have stayed on it. Try to get that curled over, get closer to the nose.
I could actually take a little more ice and we can
But
work
now
it.
we talked about how high that guard is, Joe, that yellow stone. It's the intern now, the tap for 3.
Take center of that rock, should be good.
And don't even need to remove this. Just have to push it outside the 8 foot.
Back line, nail the weight. Put it in front of the rock. In front. Yes.
Yeah, there we
Thank
go,
you.
so we can see it.
How's that?
You can take a hair less. Middle stone?
This is back. Yeah, just nail the weight, you're good.
Is this spot, you see your flash, right?
Yeah. It's right through.
Yeah. Let's go, Mike.
Just a little more than I just threw, right?
Yep.
Yep.
His first Brier appearance back in 2016 at
Yep.
Ottawa.
Yep.
8-5 record that year as a Manitoba skip, and now in his 9th appearance. Needs a big shot here. Final stone in 4. Big scrub, got it by the yellow. Keep it moving.
Keep going.
Little tap, precision. Mike McEwen.
That's sweet, buddy. Breathe in.
Genuine Mike. Green looks good on him. It's a 4-1 lead. Welcome back to our Brier coverage here on TSN. It's been a wonderful championship thus far. The field, the 14 provincial, territorial champs, 3 teams qualifying on the CTRS points Canadian team ranking system. That was Kevin Cooey, Dunstone, Botcher, of course, Team Canada. 18 teams vying to be Team Canada. The Men's Worlds, which begins later on this month in Switzerland. And a nice touch shot there in 4 from Mike McEwen. Got by the guard, tapped it back, picked up a 3. So here in 5, down by 3, it is the Northwest Territories with Hammer throwing the yellow rocks.
Pretty good. Pass the bottom. 2. Pass your broom.
And Jamie Cooey's so close on his freeze attempt. If that is made, it's almost a auto steal.
Let it dig the whole way.
Really nice touch by Mike on his. Went to school in the second end. He didn't quite get as much curl as he wanted, so he really nailed the weight on that shot for 3. I've noticed with Mike this week is when those opportunities come up, he's almost always making them, and those are the big shots in games. You can pull away.
Too much regard.
You know, I like it to compare it like the Moneyball, the NBA skills competition. You can look at percentages, but when your skip makes the shot at that time, a specific time, when it's needed the most, I mean, that's the difference when these teams are all so good at such a high level.
You throw 15 in the house for fun right now.
That one was 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kathy, that comment, you can throw 15 in the house for fun right now. That's just speaking to the speed this morning?
Yeah, it's terrific. We often see that the conditions are the best in the morning. The building's at its coldest, which isn't great for us, but it's awesome for the curlers. And it's just really nice. You can brush and take the stones so far, and that's a great feeling as a brusher.
Gotta go. Whoa. All right, good. Shoot.
Kathy, back to you, sheet A, Sluchinski, Tremblay.
You see that yellow stone at the back? That was Julien's first. He faced 3 and so froze onto the back, which left Alberta lying 1. Aaron threw a second one in. Julien removed it but rolled out. And so an opportunity for 2, looking for 8 foot.
Touch tighter path.
Put it on
The Brier debut for both Sluchinski and Tremblay. Both 2 and 3 records.
Hard, guys. Hard, gotta get the weight.
Keep going, Del. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
That is a big time scrub to get it there, and they will.
Good sweep.
2 reds.
So 2 reds and a good brush. 5-2 Alberta leads.
2 red. Oh yeah, okay. Go around it all.
And you saw in our feature,
Like it was like,
as you look at Kevin Marsh's
like it was gonna
numbers,
curl
that
there.
one
I could
yellow
hear, like,
jiggles,
it's not so greasy there.
blocking
job,
those
Kev.
stones in the house, and now the decision is to go around everything, I believe, Joe.
Yep.
Good news is
Utilize these staggers. You know, the cleanup crew will continue for Saskatchewan.
It's hot.
on its own. Back 8, back 12.
Whoa.
Line's good. Room.
Whoa, whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
close.
whoa.
Room.
Can't go.
Yeah, we gotta wait.
Can't go.
Oh, it's
It's got to
Yeah,
stop.
sounded heavy right out of his hands.
sit.
Needs to hang on to a little bit of paint.
Sit.
And it will. Back 12.
We'll take it.
Got a nibbler.
Joe, I heard a comment this week, whether the players or one of our broadcast team sweeping. There's some games you can feel with the pebble that it doesn't feel like you're doing anything. Can you explain that to us, like that feeling and what you're seeing on the ice conditions in those situations?
Yeah, there's sometimes it just feels like you're keeping the rock from stopping. You're not adding any life to it. So what looks like, T-line out of the hand, you sweep the whole way, it ends up on the tee. Other times, like this morning, when it's keen, if you think T-line out of the hand, you start sweeping, you see it not slow down as much and it'll go farther. It's a funny little nuance, but when the ice is kind of fudging or that pebble's wearing down, you just don't feel like you can add any life to a rock.
Keep going down. Keep going.
Just line it up square. Good.
And Saskatchewan lies 3 without Hammer here in 5.
Okay.
Jamie asking Glenn Kennedy for the double.
Wait. Whoa. Wait's good. Whoa. Pull.
Needs to hang a shooter around in the ring somewhere.
Hard. Go. Sit. Good shot. Good.
So the shooter
That's
sticks
really good.
around. And those
Really
yellows
good.
are starting to pile up around the 12-foot.
This is going to get interesting.
Great shot.
This is one of those game decider ends, I feel. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make the double is what he called it.
Yeah. Like normal. I'm sick in that. Okay.
Just make the double.
Yeah. Thin half. Okay.
Mine didn't make too
Normal.
much of a move going this way, Flash. I mean, I threw a positive.
Oh, we got it heavy.
Firm. Whoa.
Firm.
Whoa. Never. Come up a little more.
Yep. Good.
Oh, he got it. 1, 2, and nervous dives down the ice, but he makes the double.
At the end. I thought it was going to curl down. I got contact. I thought it would curl down.
I was like, okay, we hit a thin half.
Yeah.
It was a third, I guess, to not it.
A third. Anyways.
Great shot.
It works.
Yeah, those nibblers, you heard that conversation. It could be a game-defining end, but that's a nice double for Colton Flash.
I have good.
I got good. It's tough.
It's like a lot for top 8.
Line's good. 6. Yep.
Line's good. Room. Line's good.
Still
Hard
6.
Room.
Line's
Looking
good.
to freeze on the rock top 4
Line's
foot.
good. We're full 8.
Holes rock. Yep.
Top 8.
Help him for weight. Straight for weight.
Hard everything.
Straight for weight.
Want to drag it in for second shot, Stone, and they will.
Great shot.
Good sweep. Good job.
Not just one of it, Blake.
You saw the Alberta update, 5-2 lead there. Team Canada pulling away from PEI up 7-1. And Nunavut, a 3-2 advantage over Nova Scotia.
I don't see anything else. Let him play that. He opens this up.
Yep. Yeah, you got there.
Pinpoint this, Dan.
Tight guard.
That's really nice and opened up there, man.
It's tricky, but there's a double available on those reds. You could avoid the
Tight
jam
guard, make him
if
play
you
the
hit
run.
it perfect. So the Northwest Territories could sit 3. Mike McEwen will protect against
Make him
that.
play the run.
What's that?
Tight guard. Make him play the run.
Exactly. Yeah, we want this tight.
It's that same path we've been throwing this end, right? Quick spot.
Yeah.
It's a little wider or no?
You want this to be
but I think I
tight.
need it though for ice.
Okay, no, I agree with you. I just wondered.
If it's high,
It should be all fast.
Jamie Couey could play the chase here and sit 2.
Clean
No flash.
Okay, I think it's good. How's line?
But it's
Good.
Broom down.
Weight's okay.
Broom down.
Weight's good.
Clean. Nice and tight.
Yep. We are. We're tight. How's line?
Clean it.
How's line?
Good. It's really curling.
Whoa, it
Really
needs to
curling.
stop.
Whoa,
Needs to stop.
whoa.
Really
Let it
tight.
dry, let it dry, let it dry.
That's fine, right?
Shot. Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
You always have
That's
that
fine, right?
too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good shot.
Not bad, Mike.
Oh, that's fast. Yeah. Shoot, that was good ice if we could have brushed it.
It's been a great story, Jamie Cooey.
rolls in,
And you look at the recent starts round robin for the Northwest Territories. Most of the time, Jamie here competing, and you see 2-5, 2-6. The last 2 years, 1-7, but a 4-1 start. And that playoff appearance, you'll remember, 2012. Made the 3-4 page playoff game during that format. Obviously, the formats have changed, and he took on his brother in that game. And you know, if you talk to Kevin or Jamie, they do not enjoy that. They don't like that game. It's tough for them, the families, and he talked about, obviously, it's not been a great Brier for his brother Kevin, and you feel terrible. He's your bro. He sees him in the locker room. It's not a great week. You try to offer that support, but it's tough to watch someone that's your brother having some struggles.
Oh, yeah. You guys like this at a double?
I like this, but whatever you're seeing.
You guys think this is better?
Okay.
Let's hack.
Opportunity to sit 2 for Jamie Cooey. He'll have to hit almost all of what he can see. Roll away.
Just hack.
Yep.
Right.
Hard.
His first shot here in 5.
Hard shot. Really hard shot.
Hard.
Hard shot. Hard. Whoa. Shooter. Whoa.
And now the audible, try to roll this in.
Whoa.
Okay. Get that spin, maybe. And it is still second shot belonging to Northwest
sweep.
Territory.
Sorry,
Shot
that was a lot of
stone,
work
obviously
for-
Saskatchewan top
it's
butt.
almost good.
Light.
Just back line, hey? Yeah. Almost good to hit second, right? So we probably have a double.
Mind the
up,
same guard.
And then he come off his own for 2, right?
True, but
He just plays off his own for 2,
I
man.
know.
Oh,
I guess try to get in there.
I don't want to leave him that, man.
Yep.
Just put it here. It's a force.
Okay.
Hey, it's a tough score, man.
Yeah, it is.
Just top full 8, right?
Similar. Don't want to get too.
Got a shot over that one.
Where was I? Out there?
Yeah,
Gotta
you're
bite
right.
the 4. Oh, we're biting the 4 and we're.
You don't get it.
over-
We can
oh,
use
this
it
one.
like.
Let's make a double.
the
Put it.
sweep
You put it edge on, just
Oh,
a
tick,
pinch
tick.
under, and it's good.
As you've obviously noticed at home, as Kevin holds the
You put
room
this
and you
just
want
a-
to take advantage
a
of Colton
half inch under
Flash
and
and
Yeah.
It's a tough score.
I agree.
his big sweeping ability.
And the interesting piece there, Brian, is that Colton will always be closest to the rock.
No, I agree.
Such a powerful
agree.
sweeper. That closer
He's not
brush
much
does about
different weight than I
85%
know.
of the
Same
heating.
weight.
The second sweeper only about 15.
It's not far off.
It's not.
When he won his
That's in a
Brier
house
with
set
Kevin
in my
Cooey, Ben Hebert was so excited about Colton joining the team for, well, many reasons, but the sweeping ability as well.
Yeah, you know you're doing something right if
Maybe a
Ben's
hair
singing your
more,
praises.
Hair more. Clean flash.
Ben himself, one of the
Line
best sweepers
good.
out there.
Line's great. Really good line.
Gotta go. Weight's
Got to
good.
curl a bit. Oh, line's bad.
Weight's good.
Got to curl a bit, Dan. Line's good.
It's good, Kev.
Okay,
Curl.
line's perfect. Curl. Whoa.
Line's
Curl.
perfect.
Whoa.
Right where my
Whoa.
broom is.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
And that is pretty darn close to exactly where Mike McEwen wanted that stone, and there it is. They lie to.
What is that swoop at the end?
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
buried
you
around ours is top 12.
Looking at the round the horn.
That's a great spot.
I think so.
Yellow, red, red. Pop it back for possible 2.
Good on that.
Return you want to throw?
In.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Pretty thin, eh?
Yeah, I'm seeing about a quarter
Yeah, I'm seeing it right on this.
quarter
yellow.
rock.
These rocks are so lively
I think it's there.
that you hit the top of this rock here and you'll see the rock, the shooter, spin up. Not easy, but Jamie can throw really big hit weight. And you score a 2 here, right back in this.
He loves this championship and he loves these moments. What a chance.
Whoa! Yeah!
Jamie Cooey, final stone in 5. Can he create a little bit of magic? Yellow, red. Oh, tried to spill it up. It was close. And he'll get the single.
Fuck, yep. Curl happened.
Had the right idea.
Well, full marks for entertainment value.
Nice throw, bud. Sorry.
One more look.
Just curled a tiny bit too much.
Yeah, that close. As he'll pick up the single. Saskatchewan leads 4-2. And Mike McEwen with hammer. We'll step aside. Final 5 next on TSN.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotties Facial Tissue, unleash the Scotties. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Great to be back on the prairies for this year's Canadian Men's Curling Championship. There's the Brand Center, home to the Regina Pats in the Western Hockey League. They're on a road trip, so we can present you the Brier coverage, and it's time for the numbers, Joe, after 5.
As expected, this is a battle of the skips today. McEwen made a beautiful come around, got fully buried in the third end to force Jamie Cooey, and Cooey a little heavy on a freeze attempt in the 4th, left an opening for 3. Mike McEwen making a great tap for that big score. And a little bit of struggles early for both skips on that draw weight. They'll be looking to zero in the second half of this game.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. There you see Pat Simmons, Brett Lang, talking with Team Saskatchewan. Slider, big celebrity in these parts. Final 5 next on TSN.
Well, these are some of the junior stars. Before every draw, teams are given a set of young people that maybe have interest in the game. Maybe they're curlers, and this morning they were with Team Jamie Cooey. Had a chance to meet them. It is a special moment, and often these future stars will go on to become a future star. I know that's how my nephew Tyler Tardy started out. Teach them about broom pads. Here's ours that we don't want anymore. Don't use this at all. And it's a great moment for the teams as well, because it is fun. It gives you a little bit of levity in the morning before you take on a big game.
Awesome stuff to see the fans, the players taking the time. And Kathy, one of the big parts, Jamie Cooey, he just talked about his life off the ice as well, and such a great comfort level. He's recently moved to Edmonton, so him and his family moved to Edmonton this summer. He works for the Gwich'in Tribal Council, so his work allowed him to be able to move. He works with the Indigenous government. He also works with the people in Inuvik, education, health, wellness, culture, language. He's involved with building homes. He says it's such satisfying work to be helping out. He also wants to be a role model for young people. You saw a great example of that right there in signing the autographs and taking the time. And he does a lot of the curling now and practicing out of the Crestwood Curling Club in the Edmonton area. So it's just amazing. You know, you're good in your headspace and family. You know everything's good back home. It allows you to play here, show up, and be free. And we've seen that from him this week.
It sure is a big part of your life. We've seen that so often at the Scotties. We keep showing women with their children out on the ice. It is that unconditional love and acceptance by a community or by your family that just lets you play more freely, and it gives you perspective, which in my opinion is one of the keys to winning at the highest level, is having perspective. This is a huge part of life. It's an addition to your life, but it is not the only thing in your life.
He's also pretty excited. The Oilers won in overtime last night against Boston. He is a massive Edmonton Oilers fan, and he said his company recently got a tour of where the Oilers play in Edmonton and really enjoyed that experience.
T or better? Yeah.
No, not quite. Not quite, no.
What's T line?
Top button.
How's one?
Kathy,
Yeah,
it's
keep
often
going, keep
moving
going,
day
keep
for
going,
us.
keep
You
going.
know,
That's
on
good,
this
good,
Wednesday, you start to see separation, and you've done a great job all week long and this morning in keeping an eye on all the action.
Well, for Aaron Sluchinski, coming off 3 losses, they have returned back to form. Some really good numbers. And for Tremblay, he's either making doubles, facing 2. He hates that number this morning. For PEI, Tyler, he's just had so many tough shots. A great start by Brad Gushue. We've seen our feature game, and Matt Manuel's having to be very patient against a very strong Nunavut team this morning.
2.5. I got it now.
Kathy, in particular, obviously Brad Gushue looking for his 6th title all-time. It was a slow start by his standards, just trying to get the ice and look at the paths and the rocks. How's he looking, him and his team, this game?
Very scary. We started seeing that the other day. When you start throwing those soft weight hits, and that includes runbacks, it tells you that he is super comfortable with where the broom needs to go. He has confidence in his team. They look very, very good.
Just curl. Oh. Good judge, guys.
Touching the button. Just peel. Let's make the double. I think you make it just a little bit high, right? Yes. Like, I would turn a millimeter high.
The guard's a little tighter to the rings. The Northwest Territories wanted it to be. And they're going to take a run at this double just because that rock in the house is so good. It's touching the button. It'll be hard to outcount if the guard is made perfectly all in.
Yep. Whoa. Good throw. Good throw.
This is a spot in the ice that we've seen actually every single time we've been coming in this direction. And you know that both teams have a really good idea of how that chase runs on the intern side, the right-hand side of the sheet. So the guard has to be close enough that the chase isn't there, but not so close that the run back is made easier, because you know that they're going to zero in on that.
Easy, cool. Almost bite. No, 3.
Okay. Hit a root.
To your feet.
Shot good. Whoa.
Pass your feet.
Looks in, guys.
Yeah, pass your feet. Let it die.
Oh, kind of doing it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Good judge.
You see this pretty often in between the 5th and 6th end during that break. They run a mop up and down the sheet, and often it's just a little bit faster after that mop for the 6th end. Usually you'll see a few heavy draws.
Yep. Whoa. No. Good.
Colton Flash, the double. Saskatchewan is really in a good spot. If they can win this game, that would mean that Mike McEwen would have defeated Cooey, Smith, Gushue. They have Nunavut, Quebec left. Obviously, those 2 teams have struggled so far. So what an opportunity to wrap up top spot, or have a great chance to. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, obviously, but he would really help his positioning, because the head-to-head is the first tiebreaker if one is indeed needed.
Okay.
And speaking of Nunavut, Kathy, update time on sheet C.
Well, Nunavut had Group 2 stones, and Matt Manuel made a double on his first. And you can see that at the back, it is shot stone that belongs to Nunavut. So trying to play quiet weight, tap it back a couple of inches would be good enough to bring the stone at the top of the house belonging to Nova Scotia and play for 2.
Where's the weight?
Straight.
Easy wall! Wall close!
Straight!
And this rock is really curling. Look at it swoop over to the red stone. Oh, that's a big scrub. And
Nice
saves it, Kathy, to get the 2.
Great brushing. Really nice weight control by Matt.
Great sweep.
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
4-3 Nova Scotia leads there.
Try to roll into a 4-foot there.
Yep.
These rocks in the rings are almost even, so there's no double available, but Jamie's just going to try to make this hit and roll towards that red stone in the 4-foot. Hope for a miss on the roll by Mike McEwen, and he'll have a double on his last.
Whoa, Cole!
Hard for any roll. Hard to get over.
Roll it. Okay, it's all right.
Nose it again. There's a double if you want.
I like going for a 2 and drawing.
There, so we know that it's greased up.
Oh yeah, all day.
Full go down here. So
Even if we somehow
even with
screw
it,
up
right?
the nose hit for what?
Smart play by Mike McEwen. You could play the hit, but
this
right on the
is
nose won't be in the
absolutely
rings, so you have to
ridiculous.
roll in a little bit. Roll a little too far, you might leave a double.
I like this, boys.
I do too. Let's honk forward.
Chance to go for his 2 here.
The quick feel of the wing here.
Nice.
I could probably take a little less.
What's up?
I think I could take a little less.
yeah, throw some meatball.
Right? You see where mine ended up there? That's the same line.
Yeah,
right? So
that's
that's probably where we want it, right?
Daniel Marsh threw to the wing in this end, and it actually slid almost all the way through. It's not in the
Step
rings,
fast.
it's just barely in play.
And it's fast to the wing.
Yes.
It's a good exchange of information.
That's way too much. I think.
Way too much?
Yeah.
Too much.
Is there any?
Oh, weight's good.
No.
We're not heavy. Easy, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Strange.
Tense times.
Hard flash. Yep. Hard flash. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
And after all that, a pretty good brush to level them up.
wasn't natural.
No, it was. I didn't think it was that bad.
No? Okay.
I mean, perfect game.
It sounded like disaster out of his hands, but it worked out. All right, Kathy, back to you. Sheet A, Alberta, Quebec.
Well, that yellow stone is not shot. Julien's coming back down. I think he thought he could see more of the yellow from the hack.
So Alberta shot stone there, Kathy?
They are. He played the freeze on his first one, but he's not shot. They were going to play it like a hack weight.
Mais parce que si je frappe, si je vois.
Contrôle, là.
Bumper, j'aime
Même
ça.
bumper, je l'aime, là. On l'a fait, la shot.
Yep.
OK?
So just talking about the different changes in weight. So trying to catch enough. They know that they can roll over to the right as you see that as a catcher. Trying to score 2 here.
And in our feature, Jamie Cooey, it's his final stone without.
Huh?
Here in 6, trying to roll it over. So it'll be the nose hit for 2 for Mike McEwen in our feature.
Yeah, he took a little bit more ice. I think so too. With bumper weight, it will start to move for sure.
Julien Tremblay. Playing with Jean-Michel Arsenault, Jesse Mullen, Philippe Brassard. Tough little shot. Got to avoid that redstone first. They will. Oh, lovely touch from the Quebec skipper.
Very nice.
He's within 1. 5-4 Alberta after 6.
On our sheet, Jamie Cooey tried to make a hit and roll to try to nestle behind the other Saskatchewan stone, just curled up a little bit too much.
No. Board. Whoa.
Great opportunity here.
Clean.
You see the numbers, 95%
clean.
of 5 hits. Nose hit is what he needs here.
Right to it. Nice shot.
Mike McEwen, another 2 on the board, and a 6-2 lead in our feature over the Northwest Territories. The home province cooking here at the Montana's Brier.
Scotty's, incredible shot maker. He gets more and more confident all the time, and the guys underneath him, they've been doing it at a very high level for a very long time, and they're a phenomenal team. They're as good as anybody.
Donnie and the boys, they've been very consistent over the last couple of years. They're always in the mix at the end of these events. Really like curling against them. The whole team, the competitive boys, great guys. We got to bring our A game to beat these guys. These guys are some top curlers.
And that is the matchup later on this afternoon as Vic Rauter, Russ Howard, Kathy Gauthier will join you 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Matt Dunstone 3-2, Scott Howard 3-3. Draw 14, Pool A. We show you the standings. And our pool, we talked about McEwen earlier. He's already beaten in his group Jamie Cooey if he hangs on. And he's beaten Smith, he's beaten Gushu, so that head-to-head is critical. Pool A this afternoon, Bonneau 5-1, Botcher 4-1, and Dunstone at 3-2, and Howard, I mean, they want to get to 4 wins as well. It's going to be a fun push to that final round robin game on Thursday night. Top 3 qualify for each pool. Welcome back inside the Brand Center, and it's been a really strong game for Saskatchewan. The 3 stands out in 4, and then another hit and stick for Mike McEwen to pick up the 2 and 6, so it's a 4-point advantage here in 7. Northwest Territories throwing the Yellowstones with hammer as Jamie Cooey trying to mount a comeback here.
This for now.
Back line!
You have to have a lot of respect for Jamie Cooey. He went after a really tough shot for 2 in the 5th end. Almost made it. Ended up coming out with this one. And last end, they had a rock biting top button, and there was a biter for Saskatchewan on the side. They could have hit that biter. Instead, they elected to protect it and try to place perfect guards on it, hoping to steal. Ultimately, a guard was missed, and the simple 2 came about. But they could have switched gears and just gone for the force or even given up the blank, but they're trying to win this game, and sometimes it's the team is trailing and it's like they try to lose by less, but they're trying to get back into this, and I have to have a lot of respect for that.
2/3! Big half. Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard! Get out of there. Great shot. Shot, Kev.
Slachinski, a 5-4 advantage over Quebec as we just showed you those updates, and Brad Gushu's looking unbelievable this morning, 10-2 over PEI. Nova Scotia 4-3 over Team Nunavut.
Should be all there.
It's a pretty good shot, I think. Eh?
Good 2. Easy.
Okay, yeah, we're 3.
Line's good.
I think you can curl it, Glenn.
Looks good, looks good.
Weight's good. Line's fine.
Good.
Cut.
Really nice double peel. Made by Kevin Marsh. There's some rocks to work with here in the rings, but Northwest Territory is just going to delay that for a few shots.
He's coming here. I like peeling. You like this? I don't mind that. Yeah.
Why don't we just peel the corner and deal with that later?
Well, we picked as he goes around. Corner.
Okay.
So I like this.
Okay.
And then we still have 2 there, and I might be able to run.
I mean,
I like
Eddie's
it.
here.
Yeah, but then I make the run on my next. Then I make the run. Okay. Corner.
You got a plan.
It's kind of a either-or situation. You peel the guard. Cooey's going to use the middle, come around everything. You rip this out of there, well then Cooey's going to use his corner guard. So
Hard.
Gotta go.
neither call is wrong.
Hard.
Gotta go. He's clipping it, but sit. Okay.
And no one really on that red stone to get after it. Does that one matter at this point, Joe, sweeping that red one?
No, Jamie might have swept that if the game was a bit closer, but it could help him. Might be something to jam on, something to freeze to later.
Nice and quick here, guys, I think.
Mike didn't mind it sticking around either, because then the force is in play.
I got there.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I got there.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Heads up.
T.
Where? Line's out. That's easy.
Tuppy.
Easy.
And remember, too, if you're just joining our coverage,
Whoa. Mine's good.
Northwest Territories had the entire day off yesterday. They had time to practice on the ice. And when I asked Jamie, is that an advantage or disadvantage, he kind of joked and said, I guess we'll find out.
Thanks, Darryl.
And so far, it's been Saskatchewan with momentum. I mean, Jamie himself has made some nice shots, but sometimes the opposition doesn't cooperate as Saskatchewan's played really strong.
Yeah, and just a few struggles with draw weight and shot management, and that can happen. You have a day off, you don't throw as many. The sweepers haven't seen as many either. An extra day for Saskatchewan. They played yesterday. They got that many more repetitions in. So it was hard to manage that day off.
Whoa! Back line! Whoa! Curl!
Curl.
Curl!
Curl.
Curl!
Come on, curl.
Curl! Dan, anything on that? Anything?
Kevin Marsh,
Oh,
pretty good carve, but not enough.
Okay,
and
bud.
Door
Fine.
opens a little bit here
That was
for Jamie Cooey.
That was maybe too hard.
It is open.
Yeah, it was easy hack.
I knew that would be slow curling. Good try, bud.
So now Glenn will come around the corner and try to set up a big end here for Northwest Territories out of the Yellowknife Curling Club.
What do you got?
Top 12.
Line's good.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Line's
Please.
good.
Gotta go.
Get it there. Get it there. Line's
Gotta
good.
go.
Hard, guys.
Yeah, gotta push.
Gotta get it in, though.
Really
Keep
dig, dig.
going, keep going, keep going. Keep going,
Whoa.
hard.
Yeah, let go over Brier here.
Go.
Gotta get it in the rings, and they will, and it's buried.
Good sweep.
Second and third shot stones belonging to Jamie Cooey.
2 draws.
Really nice sweep. Had a 15-7 on that.
Then he's wrapping, and then we're...
Well, then I'll draw.
Okay. I like it.
2 draws in a row.
I don't want to sit there.
No, I don't think
No, it's a catcher for his double. Let's make this go away.
Kathy, I can see Shane Latimer settling into the hack on sheet C.
Well, he has an opportunity for 2. His third made out the freeze. And in trying to get down to it, Matt Manuel was a little bit light. That's the one at the top of the 4. And so Shane on his first one had a chance to lie. 2 was a little bit deep. And that path is very, very quick because Matt Manuel was also deep in trying to freeze down.
So the out-turn draw for Latimer out of the Iqaluit Curling Club.
Same shot as his first.
You see in our feature, Mike McEwen will take out the yellow stone, and
yes,
that'll stop in time. So a good draw weight there from Shane Latimer. And he leads 5-4 as Nunavut looking for win number 1 here in Regina.
Still not using you.
He's saving the sweepers, Joe. You got to respect that.
No complaints there from the sweepers.
Those slid really nice, eh?
Yeah.
I got a second difference on the 2 of them. So. Top 8 here, boys. Top 2.
Jamie's looking to come around. The yellow's on the left-hand side of the screen.
Foot slower than draw the button, I think. 1 foot slower.
Wants to be fully buried. Keep it above the tee line. There's lots of finish late in this spot.
T. Line's good. Hit a root.
T on its own now. T on its own.
Line's good. Where is it?
Key is they have to come around. They don't want to crash on the rock top of the rings.
Back T.
Whoa.
Back T.
Clean. Line's really good.
Back T.
Whoa. Okay, we're by.
We're past
We're by.
it. We're
Line's
2 feet
good.
past it.
Oh, let it sit.
Whoa.
Let it sit.
Let it stop. Oh, good shot, Jay.
Good boy.
Really good.
Good shot. Good judge, guys. Yeah, really good judge.
How good is that? Fully buried.
Yeah, high 14s for sure.
A little bit deeper than they wanted it to be, so Mike is electing to play the freeze. They talked this through. He wanted to roll out on his first when he went out wide, and he knew that they would be coming around.
Rolled it on. T-line.
Would you ever try the run back of those yellows to eliminate a couple, Joe, or is this the call?
You could. There's a little bit of room to work with here for Mike. Would force a difficult shot for Cooey. If he's ever a little bit light, there would be a double for 3, but the run back is tough. It's not your stone, it's the opposition's stone. Just don't love having to make super precise draws when you're up 4.
Close.
I liked it. Line's good.
Just clean. A little light maybe, yeah.
It's behind T.
Close.
Line's good.
Oh, no.
Clean. Close. Yep.
Yep.
Line's good.
Yep.
Line's good. There. Right on here. Right here.
Close.
Yep.
Close.
Yep. There. Whoa. Whoa.
Make the line.
Whoa there. Whoa. Keep the angle. Keep the angle.
Trying to lock it on. Mike McEwen, a little bump.
Good shot.
Fine. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how he makes it for more than.
Well, you can't make it for more than 2.
The angle's perfect.
It's still going to kill his yellow.
Yeah. You can only make it for. Right on here, right here.
Close.
Yep.
Close.
Yep. There. Whoa.
Really good communication here. Supers knew exactly where it was going.
Keep the angle. Keep the angle.
Hear Mike saying keep the angle. That's so knowing that Cooey will take a run at the double. Wanted to make sure it would be a tough one to not jam.
So what
Can you
does
make it
Jamie
with board,
have?
or is it not getting out?
I don't know if you can make it with anything, but
It's just going to have that big spin, right? Kick it back.
Just play to nut it with your shooter hard. You can nut it for 2 probably.
That's true too. Just the nut double. If you just
hope it spins.
I don't know.
I think we're gonna try.
Yeah, it's worth trying. Maybe get lucky either way.
Throw it hard and hope.
Nice and hard.
Real thin, eh?
Yeah, you're an inch. Jamie?
And Joe, could you ever, obviously you hit the red top 4, come across, and just clip the red thin enough that it misses the yellow? Your shooter's long gone, but can you get to that way, or is that impossible?
I don't think so. Yeah, they talked about trying to come off that side red and hit the top of the red and push it through maybe for 3, but I don't think so. I think they're just planning to make the double, jam it on the side, and have it all spill for the 2.
Throw it hard and pray, I guess.
Or that.
Whoa, girl!
Jamie Cooey, final stone 7.
Hard.
Gotta get a piece of the red first. Oh, man. A steal of 2. 8-2. Saskatchewan leads. And they are looking very strong to qualify in good position at the Montana's Brier. Welcome back to our Brier coverage here in Regina. Brian Mudrick, Joanne Courtney, Kathy Gauthier with you, an 8-2 advantage. The steal of 2 and 7. It was a tough shot for Jamie Cooey. Joe, I don't know the degree of difficulty on that one. I mean, it was not an easy shot. And look at the scoreboard, stage of the game, he had to give it a go.
Oh, of course. It was really thin and would have been jamming on the side.
Come on.
You have to take a run at that.
Oh, sit. Sit.
Too much weight.
Try. Yeah, I know.
Really good effort from Dan Marsh. Playing the corner tick.
I don't even know where it was, to be honest.
It's such a high guard. They were trying to move it into the rings.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, kind of that shot. I don't know if they give us an overhead.
It was way up here, wasn't it?
The line was perfect, just threw a little bit too much weight.
It looks fine. It's good there. Looks good.
Very good with her.
Let's talk about it a little more. Hey, make this perfect, please.
So both these teams, it will be a busy day, afternoon off. So later tonight, it is Saskatchewan will take on Nunavut. And for Jamie Cooey, Northwest Territories.
I like
it's
it close.
Alberta
Whoa.
Slachinski later on tonight.
Okay, line's good.
Go a bit. Just keep it moving.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
On these days, Joe, what would you do? Win or loss, you have a morning game you play, and then you don't play till the evening. What was your team and kind of the philosophy and what you guys would do?
So get off the ice, get out of the building, go and have something to eat. You debrief the morning game, and then once that debrief's done, it's you let go, you move on. Usually relax and watch some of the afternoon draw, have a nap, and then just kind of get up and start your day again. Usually have like a big meal right after the game to refuel, and then something lighter before the evening draw.
So you would watch, or would you ever try to just check out of curling entirely and just do something?
Yeah, sometimes, but it was always nice to kind of keep an eye on what it was doing. So you watch through the lens of just learning a little bit, and sometimes it's just background.
It's probably deep. It is. All right, bud. It's fine.
It's fine.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
What's going on there? That's a lot of rocks. Like Ron Burgundy got the telestrator there.
Almost. That Yellowstone that is shot, that was Julien Tremblay's first. Aaron was short on his first. Now he's trying to make a double run, slash a guard across the top of his own to drive it onto the Quebec stone. Chance for lots of points.
And not to be. So that Yellowstone back four, that is the stolen point, and a 5-5 tie over on sheet A.
Get it by.
Keep going.
Shot. Stop. Good sweep.
Nice.
I catfished you a little bit. Telling you it was all there.
Whoa. Oh, man. Oh.
Now it's open.
Yeah, it was going to be open before.
Right there.
I didn't do fuck all.
Not a lot to choose from there. Except Parsons yet to throw a draw.
Okay.
Just short.
Just a 2.5, I think, is the distance, bud.
Until now.
Tree.
Little down.
Straight.
Little quiet, high.
Just straight. Whoa.
Just the one.
Whoa.
Okay, it's all right.
Interesting, a few lighter than expected for Northwest Territories. This spot was so fast in the sixth end. It's just settled down a little bit. Haven't seen a lot of slowdown as these games have progressed all week. The Pebble seems to be holding up very nicely. We usually expect to see a little bit as the games progress, as the ice is worn in.
Bolton gets a couple to go there.
Slide wide, and it's very straight off the line.
Okay. Back four-ish.
Yeah. Right to the back one, Chad.
Okay. The sweep for T is fine.
Yep.
We talk about the format of this event. So Northwest Territories are down 6. You're playing the 8th end. The odds of coming back really not very good, but
mine's good.
They do have a game tonight, so the opportunity to come off this game with having made a few shots is so important.
Looks like you're past this.
Chad's rock.
To it.
Line's good.
To it.
No bounce. Line's good.
To it.
Games
guys.
when you're playing, and sometimes there's a bit of a debate. Should we keep going? Should we play one more? And usually the answer was yes. We can always learn something about the ice or the rocks.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Third. Sure. Firm.
Okay. Yeah, let me know, Kev. Heavy.
No. Close. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Good. Yeah, that's fine. Real good.
Colton Flash. Bang, bang.
Pretty good.
And that settled stop 8.
Well done. shot. Yours actually moved a little.
I threw it soft.
Kevin's did not move.
He was probably like a 6. Good speed, but not lightning. Like similar to what you just threw, I think.
Okay. So there's no turn?
Intern.
Intern? Okay.
Behind around the corner.
Behind the guard.
Good.
I'm good.
Felt foot heavier. Line's good.
Tee on its own. Tee on its own.
Don't want to clean it. I think it's at your feet.
Pat.
Looks through. Looks through.
Yeah, maybe through.
13-4.
There you go.
Look at you timing hog to hogs.
Yeah, you know what, Joe? Every now and then.
Did you get a time or no?
I did.
To the boot? What is it?
Nope. Are you going for the nose or no?
Yep. As well.
Okay.
Out turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody's got the plus there right now. Just a 1% difference.
Draw weight struggle for Kennedy this morning.
Yep. Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Yep.
Better off rolling out.
Yep. Roll it down.
I got you. I got it. Right out.
Yep. Right out.
And all three disappear.
I threw it safe.
All right.
I threw it a little safe.
Yeah. All good.
It's like this path, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's the same. Yeah, it's a quick one. Top 8 next.
Yeah, it's quick.
Oh, yeah. Good speed.
Min.
Yeah, it's min. I agree.
Line's good. Line's good.
Not in.
Line's good.
Shot rock.
It'll get here. Hard, guys. It'll get here.
Straight.
Hard.
Got a chance.
Okay. Good speed.
Okay.
Out turn. Oh no, let's draw the button.
Draw here. I think he's tapping it.
Would it be draw the button ice? Yeah, a little less than that.
Okay. So you're tapping, not just drawing?
Don't you tap this? Does it
No,
matter?
that's fine. I was just wondering.
Yeah, let's do it.
Around the nose. Okay.
Player comparisons
Does it
are
matter?
brought to you by New Holland, proud
Doesn't
sponsor
do care if he
of
blinds?
Curling Canada.
I like it.
And
No
it's
one's-
been a
does
strong
anyone draw
morning
here?
again
It'll be
for
fine.
Mike
It'll be
McEwen
fine.
of 89%. And for Jamie Cooey, not his morning. He's had some
that
difficult
ice is
shots
I would think so.
that he's had to try
I
and
remember them
execute.
holding here
And full
for a
credit to
while.
Saskatchewan. I mean, they put the pressure on and they played lovely curling this morning.
Pretty close. Easy move flash. Line's good.
I got like
Line's good. Room.
top four.
A little bit of room, but
Top four at best.
hard then.
Top eight.
Hard then. No, we're top 4. Hard.
Just top 8, top 4. Barely.
Okay, freeze it. Shot.
So it does set up the double blank if he wanted to.
They're electing to take their one here.
Similar path here. Not as quick.
Not as quick.
And to your point, Joe, I mean, you know, the game, you know, you're down by 6, but a chance. This path, an in-turn draw, a chance to see where you're at, this part of the ice, put one on the button.
That's good. Easy.
T. Should have T.
Line's okay.
Back T. Back Keko. Back 8.
Final
To your
stone
feet,
on the way
but-
here in 8, drawing against the 2. And it was just not the morning for Northwest Territories. A win for Team Saskatchewan. And full credit, Mike McEwen and the Green Machine rolling here in Regina.
A really strong performance again from Mike McEwen and company.
And that's a big win. That's wins now against Jamie Cooey, Smith the PEI, Gushu Team Canada. Gets the crowd into it as they salute the fans at the Brandt Center on this Wednesday morning. They are looking really good in their pool.
Really well-functioning unit out there. Learning from every miss. Just loving every bit of this. Got all the school kids are here. That's awesome.
Kids fired up. Give the kids what they want.
Give the people what they want. I love it.
Good job, guys.
And a pretty good support bench as well when you have Brett Lang, your coach, Simmons is the alternate.
Nice spot.
And Mike talked about it. He's in a great place. He loves these guys. He loves the positive energy, the team allowing Mike to be himself. And it brings us to the game story.
Yeah, and they controlled the first 5 and kept the pressure on. Cooey had a chance in the 7th to make a skinny double, maybe for 2, but had that flash. And the story here is Mike is just continuing with that outstanding play. Number 1 skip among the field, and Jamie Cooey will need to find his form tonight.
The game story. Brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. And Kathy Gauthier, let's send it to you. We're going to go to Sheet A. You've been watching, and what do we have coming up here?
Well, for Julien is an opportunity to lie too. On his first, he rolled partially under. Aaron Sluchinski was trying to get to the nose and get under that guard, but he actually rolled a little bit open. So from the hack, Julien can see all of this. A great chance to roll under and force.
Yep. Had a big win against Kevin Cooey.
Whoa! Oh!
As Kevin's team has the bye this morning.
Yeah! Yeah!
And trying to get another win here versus Alberta. There's the hit. And the roll behind the corner. And so the force is on. The draw for 1 here for Aaron Sluchinski.
And Aaron's been up and down a little bit on his draw weight. He's made some great ones, but he's been short the last couple.
15.
%, after 7 ends and nothing
Line's
yet.
good. It's curling now. It's curling good now.
Milestone here in 8. The team out of the Airdrie Curling Club just north of Calgary.
Oh boy.
This has got to be full 8. This has got to slow down. And it will be a steal of 1 for sure. Maybe 2.
I think it might be 2, Muddy.
Là-dessus, ça a l'air nous autres. I think it's you guys, but.
So a measurement to come.
I'll do the same.
Yeah.
J'ai failli.
It's close.
That spot is running really fast. I had a 14 on it. Not touched. That means about a 15 would be not touched to just top 4 on its own.
Super roll, man.
Yep.
Well, momentum for sure has switched.
1 red. Or 1 yellow. 1 yellow. Yeah, so
Quebec
5.
already stealing last stand, have stolen. The question is how many?
Yeah, got it.
So tough as a skip, coming up light a couple times. You make the adjustment, but in a spot like that, that's running so fast.
And it just beats your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's before the 4.
Almost 4, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 2 past the 4.
So that is a steal of 2. A 7-5 lead for Julien Tremblay and his team out of Quebec. We'll step aside from Regina. Welcome back with our feature game that we started with all wrapped up. A great win for Saskatchewan. Mike McEwen 10-2 over Jamie Cooey, Northwest Territories. We now focus 9th end, Alberta. Sliczynski, the Red Rocks, Team Quebec. The Yellowstones thrown by Julien Tremblay, and that 2-point cushion. Look at 5 points in the last 3 ends, the steal of 2 and 8. Yeah. And right now that is the difference. It is Alberta with Hammer here throwing the Red Stones.
I got good. I got good. Keep it clean. I got good still.
It's got a curl.
Huge game for both these teams at that 3-loss mark. Still lots of round robin left to play, but you have to assume that any more than 3 might be too many, as we see the no-tick rule come into play. A rock touching the center line can't be moved off the center line until the 6th rock of the end.
Yeah.
I saw the Scotties. 4-4 was enough to squeak Caitlin Lawes' team through. They were in a 5-way tie. Head-to-head didn't solve the tie, so they went to the draw for Hammer.
Okay.
Jesse Mullen making his Brier debut. Played in the under-21 championships back in 2019 in Saskatchewan, Prince Albert with Vincent Roberge.
C'est back kick. Back kick, ouais. Ouais, je sais.
Ouais, laisse faire.
OK. OK, Jess.
Hey, how about, yeah, Mike McEwen. Turn it around. There's the selfie. Here I am. There you are. Yeah, it's pretty cool. From Manitoba, but my goodness, a rock star now in Saskatchewan. He's playing great, signing some autographs.
Right in the middle's okay.
There you go, selfie and an autograph, 2-for-1 deal. Love it. Having a wonderful week, Mike McEwen, Team
It's all there
Saskatchewan.
right now.
Curl.
Back 8.
Curl.
You got curl. Curl.
Curl.
Curl.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Back 8 still.
Curl.
Back 12.
Curl.
Trying to use the corner guard
Keep
here.
going. Keep going.
It's a little rub on the center
Would
line.
have been through. Yeah. Just a rocket. It doesn't feel like 15. It feels
Kurt
like
Drummond
16
is from
in other games.
Forfar, Scotland, and I got to
That would've
actually
gone,
throw rocks there with
to the
Cheryl
hat.
Bernard a few years ago. It was a golfing and curling trip that we were lucky enough to host, so got to curl at the Forfar Curling Club.
Oh.
And Kerr is obviously now
Whoa.
been in Canada long enough to compete here.
Yep. Yep. Oh, you gotta go.
Stick. Good shot. Whoa.
Bump
Shot,
it.
Jess.
Yeah.
He had a wonderful morning, Kathy, didn't he?
He really did. That entire team played so well. And for Tyler Smith and his team, they did not play as poorly as the score shows. They got down 5 points early, and then you have to risk it all.
Well, when Gushu's at 100%, Kathy, and the
Yep,
team's at
hard line.
97%,
That's pretty scary.
there you go.
Jeff Walker
Hard.
also perfect.
Where is it?
Top 8.
Hey, wait for top 8. Just right here. No.
Plan A was freezing on the rock back 12. A little light though, so the audible is called here.
Drummond 2 medals at the World Juniors, obviously
Freeze.
Come on.
playing out of Scotland with Kyle
Act.
Smith. He won a bronze
just said
medal at
freeze?
the World's 2012 and a 2010 Flim Switzerland a silver for Kyle Smith as well that year.
Huh?
Let's go. Yep. Full speed,
Quebec switching gears here. A freeze made by Kurt Drummond. Difficult to remove, so they'll just lob their own freeze down there. Way to narrow down the scoring area.
Wow! Oh, passez à la ligne.
Sur le garde, on est sur le garde, on est sur le garde.
Pas le choix, Phil, pas le choix. OK.
OK. Fort un peu.
14-15.
OK.
Both teams are struggling a little bit with line. Slachinski tried to make the come around and
15, c'était fort un peu.
racked on the corner, on the center line guard, trying to come around the corner, and then not as much curl as expected coming into the rings for Quebec there. Just a little bit heavy, they figured.
Yeah.
I feel like in watching this Alberta team, Kathy, through the updates, it feels like sometimes Aaron almost skips himself into a jam sometimes.
He definitely goes very hard and then will decide to risk.
Hard.
And his team sometimes has been ready and sometimes not. And we saw the struggles with Eric Stroh-Wade, and so that's made him, you know, put himself in a situation to make some really tough draws. And he's just not felt it.
And in fairness, I mean, scoreboard says now that they for sure need that multiple. A 3 would be huge right now. Definitely need 2.
Shot stone right now is Team Quebec.
Je pense qu'il faut garder la rouge. Aimes-tu ça? C'est comme un peu plate de garder la rouge, par exemple. T'as raison. C'est-tu la jaune, ta qui est plus payante pour lui? Pétez ça sur le nez. Pour lui. Ah, ben lui, il joue quoi? Il joue quoi, lui? Non, mais en ce moment, mettons, on lance pas, il fait quoi?
OK.
Non, il jouera pas ça tout de suite, c'est sûr. Moi, j'aime ça, le call à Jess, tu sais, j'haïs ça. J'aime pas ça. J'haïs pas ça.
Ouais.
Just trying to sort out which run back looks better for Alberta.
C'est ça.
Feel that running the yellow into the pile will have a better result for them.
C'est un short.
So instead of throwing a guard, they're going to come right into the rings. Just wrap around that center line guard.
Let's go. Ouais.
Jean-Michel Arsenault won a Canadian Junior Championship 2008 with William Dion
Top 12, les boys.
and Sault Ste. Marie back in
On est où? Un
2008.
peu, c'est sûr. Elle est bonne.
La ligne est
Patient.
bonne.
Curl. Curl.
La ligne est super bonne.
Curl, Jess.
Yep, curl, là.
Wow.
Yep. Ah.
Restez haute, celle-là.
Kathy, what was their conversation about in leading up to that shot?
I'm sorry, Muddy. I was watching the other sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, c'est
I'm
bon.
sorry.
I was listening.
Thank you, Joe.
They were going over which run back looked better for Alberta. They talked about running the red end versus running the yellow end for them. So they just wanted to block that yellow run back. Angles aren't great for Alberta either way. One of the Julien asked, well, what if we don't throw? What do they do? So trying to block the easier of the options.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, just the 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Hard. Whoa. Hard. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Curl.
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 Through the port.
Hard on the yellow.
And yeah, moving it up. So it is shot stone, Team Alberta.
Yeah, they didn't see that one coming through the port. Really nice touch by Jeremy Hardy.
In Jeremy's Brier debut.
Curl.
Hard on the yellow.
Shot.
Lui, il n'y a rien là. Il va y avoir quelque chose, ça. Tu sais, tu peux rester short là aussi. Là.
Ça, René Larouche, sur le nez.
6 minutes. Non, au pire, c'est juste... Ouais, c'est bon.
red.
So, Kathy, I understand
Obviously,
your
if you
focus
kiss
has
that
been on
yellow
sheet
ball.
C.
Well, and I have the
Little more,
ability to
Lou.
listen into the Skips mics,
Yeah.
which is what I was doing on
you
this
like-
sheet.
if
And
you're
for
like that
Latimer,
too
he had a
long, you just
very
kinda
short
chisel
run back to
around
lie
and
3,
spin,
right
you're fine.
across the top
They've only got a
of the
couple inches of the
4-foot,
top
which would have
fourth.
been so difficult for
So,
Nova Scotia to score, but he overthrew it and wound up just ticking off
it's a
one of
line
his
shot,
own,
right, Jeff?
didn't
If we're
make
heavy and we
contact
call
with
that
the
red,
red stone. And so already lying 1, chance for 2. Huge turnaround.
Well, that was light too, but line's real good.
Matt Manuel out of the Halifax Curling Club.
Stay down, Jeff. Straight. Hard line. Distance. Distance.
And just not enough weight. So,
1 red.
1 red. And what an opportunity here for Shane Latimer. A 1-point lead, hammer, and a chance to pick up the first win for Nunavut here in Regina.
Team Quebec had a nice conversation discussing what the best option is for Sluchinski. Now they're sending one. They're trying to block the draw to the 4-foot.
Touche à rien.
Julien, a teacher
Touche à
at
rien.
Laval University, back home in Quebec.
Pas un coup. Non, 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 non.
Just more weight than intended there. They were looking for a guard.
So the draw the call, Joe, obviously the Yellowstone
this,
just thrown. There could be an in-off opportunity off that. Do you ever take that away here at hit and roll?
Yeah,
or?
I thought you almost might see Aaron play the hit and roll
Right.
because if this draw is made, it's not easy, but if it's made, I'm sure we'll see Julien take a run at the end off.
And there'd be a pocket of reds too.
Yeah,
right,
there'd be
to
quite a
come
bit
into?
to run into, but if it's ever missed, all of a sudden 3's on the board.
Aaron Sluchinski. First ever time skipping the Brier,
Line's
was
good.
the
Hard
alternate
line.
for Brendan
Hard
Botcher
line.
in Lethbridge
Little
in 2022,
tight.
winning
Hard
a
line.
bronze medal.
Might
Hard
even be
line's
worth
good.
going all
Hard
the way to
line.
back 4, bite back
Hard
4
line.
to avoid making that pocket, Brian, or
Hard line.
tempt him into trying
Hard.
to freeze.
Hard line. Hard. Hard line. Hard. Hard. Okay, we're by. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Just by the yellow. Where does this stop? It will hang on back 4, and it is Alberta lying the 2.
Good spot. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
even
just
if-
didn't
even
pop
if
it
you
out
do
there.
that-
Hard.
Well,
Hard
Manor
line.
Supers knew it was heavy, but they had
Hard.
no choice. Had to go for line to get
Hard.
by the
Hard.
rock. That's
Okay, we're by.
biting top 8 foot.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's a good spot. Gonna need a miss here from Quebec.
Good shot.
It's not easy to lock these freezes on late in the game.
And that felt like the exact same weight I just threw through the house.
Yeah.
Like that spot
side.
there was lightning. Like,
Yeah.
Just wants to follow the Alberta rock down, lock a freeze on. Lots of pressure on this shot.
T'es passé à Sébac.
Whoa. Rocheville. Whoa. Whoa.
Got to be patient. Nothing
Non,
yet.
non, non. Y a rien à faire. Y a rien à faire. Touche pas.
Still nothing
Touche pas.
yet. Coming down to that red stone. Hardy on the brush. And for now, it is second shot stone, but the little tap available for Sluchinski to pick up the 3.
That came out of
I think-
nowhere
yeah, I
almost,
like that. You
Brian.
can still carve.
Wow. Weight was just a touch heavy. Didn't have the line on the freeze attempt.
back, eat, wait.
Big shot here in 9. A chance to take the lead.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Yes. Whoa! Yep. Yes. Whoa. Clean. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Got to get through the port and have enough weight.
Hard.
There's a little tap. What a shot. Aaron Slaczynski gets 3 and the lead coming home here in 10. And you said it, Joe, out of nowhere.
You should have waited a little longer.
Through the port.
Me too.
Made by Jeremy Hardy that got them sitting shot. Beautiful come around by Aaron on his first, and what touch there.
I think it just grazed it, the 3. Just kissed it. A smile from the 36-year-old from Airdrie, Alberta. He's got a 1-point cushion here in Regina. Glad you're with us here in Regina. Approaching noon local time here in the Queen City, 8-7. Alberta leads a big 3. Slaczynski, that beautiful tap shot through the port. So here in 10, it is Team Quebec throwing the Yellowstones with hammer. Julien Tremblay and his team trying to come back here and get the win. Nice numbers. Philippe Brassard, 91%. Good numbers for him.
Yep.
It's a really nice display of resilience from Aaron.
Hard line.
Give up a steal at 2 and 8 with a draw. He'd make 90% of the time at least. But 2 beauties to put them right back in this. Listening to his conversation with Jeremy Hardy after he made his first draw last end, and he was just discussing the paths. So this left-hand side of the sheet coming home is running really quickly. He said he felt like he threw about the same on his come around that he made. So it's really important, especially in arena conditions. The sweepers have to be heads up, noticing where they've been, and the whole team has to be on board with what the draw speed looks like across the sheet.
Clean. Yep. Straight. 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 Hard. Hard.
Dunstone,
Hard,
Howard.
gotta go.
That's our next game for Eastern
Hard.
later on this afternoon at TSA.
Hard. Line's good.
Keep going.
Line's good.
Get in there. Get in there. Keep going.
Good. Good sweep.
Great sweep.
Yeah, nice position from Drummond.
15-8.
Thanks.
It's a nice view of the sweeping there. You saw Dylan Webster was right behind that rock, sweeping north-south with his brush head. So that's the way you want to sweep when you're really trying to drag the rock. The brush head is in front of the running surface of the rock the whole time. So when line isn't really a factor, you'll see the sweepers get right behind it and do that snowplow motion.
Whoa. Hill. Whoa. Hill.
Ooh, the little kiss of the red. That'll open things up, though, which is important for Julien Tremblay.
And shooter rolled for another corner guard, so lots of real estate to come around for Team Quebec.
In your time, have you played at the Airdrie Curling Club? I can't say that I have. I'm an Alberta kid, and I don't think I've ever played there.
No, I have not either.
I have family in Airdrie. I'll have to go to my sources.
Hard line. Hard line. Halfway. Clean. Clean.
Half.
Halfway.
Getting tighter.
Halfway, so.
Still half.
Get close, so. No, it doesn't have to curl. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Tape un peu, man. Freeze. Let's go.
The out-turn here for Jesse.
Yep.
Petit peu. Faut y aller un peu.
C'est à vous, la ligne est pas bonne.
OK, on est bon, on est bon.
Un peu serré. C'est Phil en premier.
Top 4.
Yep. Yep, tiens la ligne. Tiens la ligne. Un.
On est là, Phil. Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Alex.
Okay.
Did that ever curl, Joe?
Yeah, it went from weight a little bit, and then all of a sudden the line was tight.
Yeah. Okay.
All time, Alberta leads the way. 29 Brier titles.
I got there.
Manitoba 27. It's interesting, though, the format changes over the years.
Well,
wild card teams and now CTRS teams coming in representing a province.
To me. Easy. Where?
Yeah, you wonder if we'll change how we count titles. I mean, there's 3 teams from Alberta competing in this field.
It was incredible, and one thing that Mike McEwen had pointed out, so much depth and strength from Alberta, but even he was shocked. Alberta 0-5 the other day, 0-5 at the Brier, when you think of all the talented teams coming out of that province.
Fond maison.
C'est assez de balai, ça? C'est affaire, Jules, je pense.
Alberta actually had lost 7 in a row until Botcher got that victory last night. Well-curled game.
Yep. Yes. High line.
Trying to get to the nose of the 2 reds out on the forefoot here.
Oh. Phil. Yep. Yes. Phil. Girl. Phil.
Good.
And bump that red back.
Sweet, man.
Shotstone appears to be Team Quebec.
Good, sweet.
Jet. Yeah.
These lightweight tops, really moving late if you have the right weight. Well managed by Team Quebec. See that nice snap ever since those rocks got done.
What was your gut?
Nice to nose that.
Yeah, that's what was my gut too.
Mickey Pendergast, the coach of Team Alberta, will come out.
Hack. Should warp in there.
Yeah, I think it
would be similar throw to my last end one.
Yeah, I think it'll curl lots.
Yeah, nose. I think we can get to. I think we can get to nose pretty easily.
Like nose. You can't really be high. If you're high, you're gonna come off. Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll have the same
just where
sort
would
of
you
shot.
where would you put the freeze though? Like freeze to ours?
And he has the same thing.
Yeah. This is a danger rock, I think.
You think? Yeah.
Like if we can nose it, plant it right here.
Then we'll be shot 1 and have a controlled rock.
Yeah. Like to get this one past this other one.
Yeah.
So some blast later.
Yeah.
So backline plus or something.
Yeah, just like that hack I gave you last time.
Yeah.
Like
I think
that.
there's quite a bit of room there.
I think so too. Well, there's a chance it goes into that yellow a lot of the time.
So the only thing is he could lay 2 then with no
yeah,
double.
but then we have ours that we can just rip into his. Oh no.
No, I mean if we rip this.
Yeah.
If we rip this, he can just do this, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is.
Yeah, and even if I over curl a hair and flip.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make that.
Yeah. Yeah, same weight as last time.
So looking to just play enough weight to kill shot stone. So come around this guard and get to the nose of the yellow. If they could ever get a little extra curl and roll under, that would be playable as well.
Another foot of fudge.
Update time. Talk to me, Kathy.
Well, for Matt Manuel, he's going to be shaking his head about his last stone. It is the one just behind the tee line. Latimer tried to draw on his first. He went deep.
Where?
And for Matt, if he was light, it would have forced a draw to the button.
Take a look.
But he does have some backing. If he comes down to it, he's shot and a victory.
Christian!
What an opportunity here.
Christian! Go, Christian!
Shane Latimer got to carve it over, though.
Hard!
Carve it over, tap it, yes! The win for Nunavut here in Regina. Just their second win all-time, Nunavut at the Brier, and one he will remember.
The crowd's so appreciative of this team and that victory.
Good game, guys. Yeah, good game, thanks.
Way to be, man.
Yes!
Sorry, that was good, bud.
What?
Jake Higgs last year, and this year Shane Latimer and his team out of the Iqaluit Curling Club. Congratulations on the
Hope
board.
I got a picture of you.
Come on.
That's awesome. That's why we love this event so much.
Hugs? Okay. We gotta go down all the way.
Katie Brooks, the coach, a hug for the skip.
Take my mic off.
Well, they played really well. He had draw weight almost all game, and he made some wonderful shots.
Il va freezer là. Wherever they play. Unless they do something over here and you can come into this.
On our sheet, the top attempt didn't curl enough.
Exactement, c'est ces trois-là. Là.
All right, let's go. Yep.
Juste mettre le fond là.
There's a familiar face, Eric Sylvain.
Ça se peut qu'il joue ça aussi,
and
mais...
that championship win, 2006, Brier, that was in this building in Regina.
Just looking at a come around top four, sit two. You talked about on the right side of the screen, the red, yellow might be available for Alberta. So get another one in there. Just has to be above the tee line here. Don't want to slide deep.
How about that stat, Joe? Leading the field in hammer efficiency this week, Team Quebec.
56%, that's a great number.
Hey, Ben.
Un peu serré, la ligne. Encore un peu serré.
Phil, tiens la Phil. Okay.
We saw one go sideways here earlier this end.
Whoa.
Yep.
Go, Phil.
Jean-Michel trying to draw a good one in.
Okay, good shot.
So it is Quebec for now, lying 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Where you play the...
I think we got to make this.
Nut it right there and leave that pocket. Then you have the 7 back into whatever he plays.
Yeah.
If he rolls in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to play this.
Get those two.
Because right now he has it into the middle. Both of them.
If we get these two, he's probably going to do something here and we got to make a roll or not this. Yeah. Half rock?
Yeah.
I'm just curious, Joe, with the drag, where these yellows are going. If he hits it where the broom is, drives the 2 yellows, the one might hit the red, the one may hit the one back 4. Do they both go?
Yeah, he's just trying to hit the yellow on the right side of the 4-foot as we were looking at it.
Hard.
Skip stones here in 10. Aaron Sluchinski trying to rattle some granite. Yeah, so the 2 yellows go. And shot stone is still Team Quebec, just biting top 4.
Oh,
unlock. Freeze now.
As we watch the replay, Joe, the angles don't really look great here for Alberta.
No, they were hoping that the rock they hit would stay right there. It ended up kind of scooching in towards the center line. Now there's a stagger there. They were hoping they'd be able to use that red that scooched in.
Uh-oh, Kathy, she's on the scooch. She's on the scooch train here in the booth.
Beautiful.
You've created a monster.
Broadcaster training manual. Approved terms from Kathy Gauthier.
Kath, when you win 3 Scotties, you can use scooch.
Thank you. Vraiment que ce ballon est correct, c'est sûr. Je check. Moi, je trouve l'insider, t'es glissé un peu plus. Je trouve ça prudent, mais...
So you heard a few final thoughts here in the hack, Joe. What's the perfect plan here? Perfect shot.
Just a corner freeze on the red rock in the wings. Will spread out their stones and make it difficult for Alberta to remove.
Rush.
Just don't want to leave a
Jess!
double or a hit and roll.
Jess! Les deux. Ah! La ligne! Faut rester shot. OK. Ouais, but shot.
So the little bump.
Huh?
And who's second shot right now?
Comment ça?
I think it's yellow.
Yellow. So yellow 1-2.
No choice for Aaron Sluchinski now.
I'll say Sandler. Sandler.
He's going to play the come around. I think you can get buried and be shot back 4 here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of swing in this spot. It's the same side he threw his draw against 2 in the 8th end. A little bit of a tighter line. They need to cross the center.
Line's good. Back 4, guys. Got room. Line's good.
Got room.
Just back 4. Just back 4.
Line's good.
Okay.
Line's good.
Has to be shot stoned.
Hurl it.
Line's good. Go.
No, straight. Hard, guys.
Keep going.
Needs to be shot stone. Wants to be buried by the yellow a little bit more, and it will be
Nice.
shot
Good
stone.
shot.
Top button.
Dead gone.
Yeah.
Got to make the in off.
Yeah, or that sort of thing.
I don't think there's anything on that.
Yeah, j'en vois assez.
Une minute. J'avoue que mince est là.
And Quebec's used their timeout, and they've got 1 minute remaining.
Je pense que c'est nous autres. Là. Je pense que c'est nous.
Je pense que c'est nous aussi.
Je pense que c'est elle.
Ouais. C'est nous. Faites quel pic? Ouais. 40 secondes.
Backline?
Ouais.
Few options. The in-off's available off the side.
Huh?
And some
Ouais,
interesting spectators. Well, they're
Backline?
interesting and interested. They're also interesting.
They've opted
Was
to play
that
the
the play,
backline shot here. Oh, this is hard. They can't see any of it. It's fully overburied behind the center line guard. To just squeak by the yellow that's biting top of the 4-foot. Have to move it all the way out of the 8-foot to score there too.
You think the in-off was easier, Joe?
I don't know. Dealer's choice.
Here we go.
Yep.
Well, the dealer has decided.
Whoa! Phil!
And the dealer is Julien Tremblay. Final stone in 10.
Hard, Phil. Push! Whoa! Hard! Whoa! Yes! Yes! Whoa!
To the red, pushing enough, and it is enough for 1. Is it for 2? I don't think so.
What a great effort. That was so close.
Not that one, yeah. Sorry.
So definitely, at worst, it's 8-8.
It's not even close.
Was it enough for the win? I don't think so. Nope.
1.
Just the 1.
Yeah.
8-8. All tied up, and an extra end to come here in Regina. As we step aside for Brad Center here on this now Wednesday afternoon.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
That is an overhead look at the Brandt Center, and that is our home for the next week. Championship Sunday approaching. All these teams vying for one of those 6 spots. Top 3 in each group will qualify, and just 1 game remains here on this now Wednesday afternoon in Regina. Just afternoon local time. It is Alberta, it is Quebec, and that 1 on the board in 10. It's so close to moving that stone. Another couple centimeters would have done it, but here an 8.
Wait,
And an 8-8 tie, rather, in 11. Tied up at 8. It is Alberta the Hammer with the Redstones.
Okay, we're in full 8. Yep.
Yeah, such a tough shot, Brian. I don't think he could have thrown it much harder than that and been able to spill it. And that in-off that we looked at was really flat, so it was a tough situation for Quebec.
Jesus. Okay. 3 guards and 1 behind the tee.
Here, Aaron. The setup is not exactly optimal for Team Alberta right
that's
now.
not playbook 101 there, Joe?
No, you don't love that first rock by Dylan Webster
hard line.
right behind the tee line.
Hard, Phil.
And his draw, it's in the house, it's top 12, but with this much swing, it actually acts as a guard for Team Quebec.
GM, je la clipais en dessous de tout ça, là. Ouais. OK, Jess.
Make a good one. Yeah. You got it.
Slight stagger on these center line guards. The double peel is available, even though it's long. Kerr's going to reset. Alberta's in some trouble here early, so this is huge.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl, 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 curl.
Just misses that yellow. So this game is so critical. Sluchinski, Alberta, and Quebec being skipped by Julien Tremblay. As you see, you really can't afford Tremblay the 3 losses, Sluchinski the 3 losses. I mean, if you win, you're 3-3, and you still got a chance. But you drop to 4, and you're really in tough. There's the tiebreaker situation. It comes down to head-to-head, then it comes down to the last stone draw to the button. So really, it's life support. You gotta win this game.
Pareil, faut garder la ligne, garde la ligne, garde la ligne, garde la ligne. Reste dessus, Phil, reste dessus. Good sweep, good shot.
Very nice shot. Frozen back 4, shot stone for now.
I thought they might throw a few more guards, Brian. Not that that's a bad call to come into the rings and take advantage of Alberta behind the tee line, but
it's a little thicker than half.
You almost wanted to delay this play a few more shots.
I agree, Joe. I think that if you have those extra guards up there, you only need to find a way to score 1. This double is, I mean, he hasn't made it yet, but it's relatively simple to open it up.
Well, and even if it's missed, there's still lots of end left to bail out here.
Whoa, whoa, yep, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
And Drummond opens it up, just clips that yellow. But more importantly, it's wide open now for the skip Sluchinski.
That's good.
Almost caught the yellow in the rings, too.
Well, he was a hitting machine in the provincial championships this year in Alberta. Ability to throw up weight really well.
Whoa! Pas de speed. Touche pas.
Ouais, ça a l'air d'un goal, ça a l'air d'un...
You don't want to hear that.
Sérieux? Hey.
Come on, man.
It's 28-year-old Jeremy Hardy.
Post, whoa. Curl. Curl.
A chance to simplify things a little bit more for Alberta here in 11. And he'll stuff it. The button's still available, but that pocket. Quebec trying to lob one up front now and try to generate that steal point here in 11.
Okay, deux correct, les boys.
Just want a straight guard shot rock that's biting back button here.
Tiens ça, Phil.
Okay, arrête.
Okay, whoa.
Arrête, overkill.
Faut rester par-dessus ça quand même. OK, c'est bon.
Ouais. C'est dur, mettre un gars.
Yeah, rip it one and then.
One more time here for Jeremy.
Yeah, just straight
Clean,
peel.
clean, clean.
So high from the house. No run back available.
And down to Skip Stones here in 11.
This is discussion time. Throw a guard. Alberta's probably coming into the rings.
No.
No,
And each team does get one more timeout being
On y va tout de
used.
suite, là. Mettons,
And
là,
one
je
more
parle,
time, Eric Sylvain will come out.
Ben oui.
Il lance une bien. Ouais.
Ouais, je suis pas sûr que j'aime ça. Avec...
Mais ça reste.
C'est sûr que ça reste.
Ça, on peut revenir ici.
Ouais, bien double gagné.
Comme Jamie dit ici.
Moi, je pense que c'est là.
Dès qu'on est haut, c'est sûr qu'il l'essaye après moi.
C'est ça.
Alors, on peut plus garder, c'est sûr qu'il y va, là.
Ma crainte, c'est que lui, il essaye de. Il joue un droit entre les deux. Ah, c'est ça, il n'y a pas de.
Là.
C'est ça, il n'y a pas de rush.
Ouais, ça, c'est bon en tabarouette, là.
Si on est là, tu sais, décibel.
Si on la met haut, tu fais quoi, premièrement?
Il rentre.
Il vient ici. Il vient ici, puis j'aurai pas de shot.
Game over. Ouais.
Pour que le shooter soit de rush plus haut.
Ouais, j'avoue.
Ça change quoi?
Ah ouais, t'as raison.
Mais topé, il y a de la place pour rentrer.
Exact, c'est pour ça, c'est le problème.
Ben,
Mais
Biter 4.
top 4, c'est quoi, ça change?
Ben, il va rester là.
Puis là,
Ce qu'on espère, c'est qu'il blast, qu'il roll.
On se fait taper, même s'il vient sur l'enturn 7-8, t'as une bombe sur lui.
Oh, ouais.
Pour sticker,
C'est ça.
moi, j'aime ça ici. Hein.
Ouais, maximum. Alors, moi.
Passe pas, là.
Là? OK.
Ouais, mordre le capier.
OK, let's go.
The problem for Quebec, if they throw a guard, they know that Slachinski's going to come into the house. If he freezes on the rock that's biting the back of the button, he'll be on the pin, and that'll be, they won't be able to remove that. So they're going to come into the rings. Full 8, bite the top 4 foot right on the center line, as you saw them indicating. That way that'll force Aaron Slachinski to play a blast, and they hope they can have him looking at a couple, or you obviously always need a miss when you don't have the hammer in this extra end.
Serré. Tiens la file.
So far at this Brier extra end, the team with hammer has won 4 out of 4.
Okay.
Odds of winning tied up with the hammer, 79%. Even with that no-tick rule.
Quebec will have Nova Scotia tonight, and Slachinski, Alberta, will take on Jamie Cooey, Northwest Territories.
Yeah,
so that guard, obviously, not in an ideal spot.
I think that
Right in the
first.
pocket. Yeah,
right
right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Try and stay shooter
Try to
there.
stay there,
So
yeah.
I think, yeah, right in the pocket.
So Julien light on his draw attempt, but it overcurled too. Yeah. So Aaron's going to take a run at spilling these yellows from the back 4 foot. Wants to hit it right in the middle and try to keep his shooter there. Aaron can throw it really hard. I think he'll be looking for that right now.
Oh, yep, hard.
Here it comes.
Hard.
The out-turn heater, Aaron Slachinski.
Curl.
And he'll squirt the yellow sideways. It's shot stone, Team Alberta. Second shot, I think, is Quebec.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's the problem with leaving a shooter right there. The freeze could be made.
Ouais, ça, la shot à plus tard, c'est qu'on peut le faire, c'est en freezant là.
C'est sûr.
C'est la shot.
Was hoping to spill both these yellows.
Je pense pas que c'est... C'est-tu nous autres, Phil?
C'est vraiment ça. Je pense que c'est lui.
We all agree Quebec second shot, guys? Is that what we're thinking?
I think so.
I do too.
Yeah.
Ouais, je pense que t'as raison.
Je pense que c'est ça. Et je pense que c'est nous autres.
Ça, si on fait le freeze parfait, je pense pas qu'il y a de shot.
Non, ça, le freeze parfait, c'est la
Si
game.
on fait le hit and roll,
Ah ouais. Dérange pas les deux.
Toi, Jess, t'aimes quoi?
Toi, t'aimes pas, c'est violence.
Bon, les deux, je suis confiant, là. Les deux, je les aime, là.
C'est juste que ça lui donne une shot vraiment plus facile, right?
La mienne est plus facile, mais la sienne va être plus facile.
Hey, même un petit tap, il y a une tough shot à lancer.
Moi, j'aime le freeze.
OK.
Yeah.
I love it.
Perfect freeze.
Ouais, ouais.
And you can blast it so that the yellow will fly out of the rings, but that second shot, Stone will come into play and Quebec will win. Problem is, the perfect freeze is a really hard shot. They want to have the absolute perfect line and just glue it to this rock that's in the back of the button. They talked about playing the hit and roll. It's an easier shot, but then it gives up the button for the win for Aaron. I like this call.
Kathy, you've been watching. Would you want Aaron to draw or to hit for the win?
Well, I think that he's going to be playing a hit for the win no matter what.
Okay.
The question, you know, it's also an easier shot, like they were saying, the hit and roll. But with 4 foot, I think that Aaron can make anything. But I think that if he makes this freeze perfect, it's a really hard shot for Sluchinski to blast and stick around.
Tiens la, Phil!
Has to be the shot, Stone, to force Aaron to throw his final rock here in 11.
Hard!
Gotta go line.
Hard!
Julien Tremblay needs an absolute perfect rock here.
Go, 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 go,
Trying to hold the line. It's curling to the button. It is shot Stone.
Weight was absolutely perfect. Just lost the line.
Yeah, I like that ice still, though. I think he can give it a good throw.
And a nose hit will do it.
Either.
Okay.
A great weight by Julien.
Yeah.
Thinking about how short he was on his first, really focused. Just that bit of over curl.
After starting 2-0, Sluchinski's lost his last 3, but here in 11, a chance to get back on the win column.
Whoa.
Final Stone here in 11.
Yep.
Hard. Yep. Hard.
Aaron Sluchinski, bang. Yellow goes, and a win for Alberta in an extra end over Team Quebec.
So close on his freeze attempt there.
Good game.
But ultimately, Aaron, wonderful touch with that board weight for the win.
It was like a little tight, a little up.
Keeping their hopes alive. The team out of the Airdrie Curling Club, just north of Calgary. It was a must-have and a win, and a tough one for Julien Tremblay in Quebec. Both these gifts here for the very first time. Brings us to the standings. So Sluchinski improving to 3-3, does not want to drop to loss number 4. McEwen, another win, 5-1. Gushu, look out, the defending champ, 5-2. Smith falling to 4-2, and in Pool A, Bonneau has been a great story. You see Botcher, Carruthers, Dunstone with 2 losses as well, and Segway setting up our afternoon match. Matt Dunstone 3-2, Scott Howard, Ontario 3-3. That's later on today, 3 Eastern time. Vic Roeder, Russ Howard, Kathy Gauthier will have you covered this afternoon in Regina. It was a good matchup, our feature. Both those teams came in 4-1 records, but it was Mike McEwen, Saskatchewan, another win. He's looking strong to qualify and make a deep run here, wearing the home colors in Regina. On behalf of all of us here at TSN, thank you for watching. The Montana's Brier lives right here on TSN.